this team under team. You can start. Mr. Davis, you can start your campaign.
Yes, Mr. Krishna. Think less, feel more. Frown less, smile more. Talk less, listen more. Judge less, accept more. Watch less, do more. Complain less, appreciate more. Fear less, love more. A very good evening to one and all present here. I'm Davis, the member of Hygiene and Safe Club of Dr. MGR Education and Research Institute, joined here as the host of this program. Now, without any delay, I would like to invite Miss VT, member of Hygiene and Safe Club, to address.
Good evening, everyone. I'm honored to welcome you all to SDG PRIX'24 SDG Interconnected Energy Talk Series, a platform dedicated to showcasing and discussing innovative research and ideas aligned with the Sustainable Development Goals SDGs. I'm very excited to witness the culmination of hard work, dedication, and creativity that has gone into preparing the insightful SDG Interconnected Talks we'll explore today. Today's event is not just about PPT presentation. It's about exchanging the knowledge, fostering dialogue, and inspiring the action towards achieving the SDGs. It's about harnessing the power of research and academia to drive positive change in our communities and beyond. We welcome Engineer ACS Arun Kumar Sir, President, MGR Educational and Research Institute, Dr. L. Ramesh, Mentor, MGR Hygiene and Safe Club, Engineer K. Anita Ma'am, Convener, event mentors, event heads, and event coordinators. Specially welcome our beloved chief guest, Dr. L. Ramesh Sir, Mentor MGR Hygiene and Safe Club. Thank you, and let the event commence.
Thank you, Ms. Sweetie, for your welcoming address. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to call upon Dr. P. Sujitra Ma'am, Head of Dean Events, to present the opening remarks.
Very good evening to one and all who gathered here. It's really happy to see you on Sunday. You all gathered to present about SDG. It shows the interest and dedication, how we are showing willingness again to your presentation. We are very thankful for our students for organizing this event for past 1 week. On behalf of our team, I take this opportunity to welcome you all and all the best for all the presenters who present here. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sujitra Ma'am, a great motivator, a great mentor, a great felicitator for addressing the opening remarks. As we move on to the next session, ladies and gentlemen, please allow me to introduce to you Ms. Gauri, the member of Hygiene and Safe Club, to present the about the event introduction.
Good evening, everyone. MGR Hygiene and Safe Club organizing an SDG online symposium. Even following these guidelines, you can create a meaningful platform for learning, networking, and collective action towards a more sustainable development. An inclusive future covers a wide range of topics related to the Sustainable Development Goals and aims to raise awareness, promote dialogue, and inspire action towards achieving these goals by games, observation, interactions, engagement, partnerships, and collaboration, promotion and outreach, and finally evaluation and follow-up. Today we are gathered here for the Energy Interconnected SDG and Safe Talks. About Energython, the birth of Hygiene Energython. To contribute to energy action and support SDG Goal 7, Affordable and Clean Energy, the Institution of Green Engineers conceived the concept of an energy action marathon titled Energython during the COVID crisis with the indexing from 50th Earth Day. The first world record attempted, Hygiene Energython 2020, was launched and completed with an award from the Asia Book of Records and the India Book of Records for 13.36 hours non-stop virtual conference with 40 speakers and 10 partners. In accordance with that, the second world recorded attempt, Hygiene Energython 2024, began on April 22, 2024. To to commemorate the 53rd Earth Day. Hygiene Energython 2024 is an Earth Day Index non-stop 16-hour marathon on energy for sustainability in analysis and recommendations for SDG 7 and related UN goals. Scheduled on 27th April 2024. The goal is to bring together scholars, scientists, experts, and researchers, decision makers, and other stakeholders from all sectors on a single platform to discuss issues related to energy and environmental protection in sustainable development, as well as to provide green solutions for implementation. Partners: the Light Millennium Organization, Earth Day Global, Energy Swaraj Foundation, Smiles for Millions, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam International Foundation, and Dr. MGR Educational and Research Institute.
Now, I would like to humbly invite Ms. Punita Rani, the event head of the SDG Interconnected Talk Series, to share her insights about this event.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Punita from Presidency University. It's a great pleasure and enthusiasm. I welcome you all to Hygiene Energython 2024, where our efforts towards the Action Initiative for Activity STG through our Energy Interconnected Talks. As a head of this event, it's my pleasure to outline the rules and regulation that will guide our proceeding. Each presentation should have a last minute of 5 and maximum of 10 minutes. Participants are required to use provided templates for their presentation. Now let's proceed by calling upon each participant. Gayatri from Christian University, Naveen from Kingston Engineering College, Abhinaya from Sai Ram College, Madhupriya from Rajalakshmi Engineering College, Naveen from Sai Ram Institute of Technology, Manoj K from KSR College of Engineering, Tamima from Ramakrishna College, Kaushik from KPR Institute, K. Rajeshwari from Swarna College of Engineering, Anurag from Sparkle Engineering, Pushparaj from College of Engineering, Sai Dinesh from Venkateshwara College of Engineering, Monica from KIT, Neeraj from Aditya Engineering, Suraj from St. Xavier's, Kanishka from MGR, Rohit from Savita College. Thank you.
Mr. There is call for moderator session, Punita Rani. Ms. Punita, you can call the name and call its name according to the SDG goal. They will present the team and again you call to next goal. Next goal you will like follow up like this.
Okay. Gayatri from Christian University can.
Ma'am, sorry, I couldn't able to share the screen because host is disturbing.
Yeah, we will present the screen.
Shall I start?
Yeah, you can say next for next slide. Yeah.
Okay. Very good evening to the honorable dignitaries. Myself, Gayatri Shankar, currently pursuing my BTech Triple at BS Abdul Rahman Present Institute of Science and Technology. Now today let's look into the topic of no poverty, which is one of the sustainable development goal, that is goal number 1. The next slide. These are the contents we are going to look into, that is no poverty, causes and impacts, the SDG 1 targets, the recovery measures and progresses, the role of government and the NGOs, the interconnection between the no poverty and energy, the solutions for that, and also the conclusion. First, let's see what's the definition of poverty. Poverty can be defined as a lack of money or vital resources, which renders it impossible or challenging for human beings to live with dignity and provide for themselves. Poverty is more than just the lack of income and resources. It encompasses the inability to attain the basic needs such as food, clothing, and also the shelter and healthcare. Next slide, please. The causes of poverty can be attributed to various factors, including the lack of education, unemployment, unequal distribution of resources, social exclusion, conflicts, and environmental degradation. Next slide. The impact of poverty perpetuates a cycle of deprivation and marginalization. It also leads to the hunger, malnutrition, poor health, limited access to education and sanitation, and also impedes economic growth and social progresses. Next slide, please. SDG1 has specific targets which involves ending extreme poverty, reducing poverty for all groups, implementing social protection systems, ensuring equal rights to economic resources, and lastly, inclusive policy frameworks, which involves the addressing economic vulnerability and also with gender sensitivity. Next slide. The worldwide, that is 836 million people still live in extreme poverty. The two most affected regions are Sub-Saharan Africa and also the South Asia. In these regions, 70% of the global population lives under the poverty line. In order to overcome such circumstances, United Nations adopted a new agenda, which is Sustainable Development Goals, also known as Global Goals. The progresses which involves a significant progress has been made in reducing global poverty rates. However, its challenges remain same, particularly in the regions affected by conflict, inequality, and environmental degradation. Next slide, please. The government plays a crucial role in poverty eradication efforts by implementing policies and programs that promote economic growth, provide social safety nets, and also ensure equitable access to essential services. The non-governmental organizations plays a vital role in poverty alleviation by delivering aid, advocating for policy changes, empowering marginalized communities, and fostering sustainable development initiatives. Next slide, please. The interconnection between the no poverty and the energy is that sustainable development goal number 1, that is no poverty, and sustainable development goal number 7, which is affordable and clean energy, are closely interconnected. And now let's see the energy poverty. The energy poverty refers to the lack of access to modern energy services, including electricity and clean cooking facilities. It exacerbates the poverty by limiting economic opportunities, hindering access to education and healthcare, and perpetuating inequalities. The role of energy is to access to affordable and clean energy is crucial for poverty eradication and sustainable development. In energy powers, essential services such as healthcare facilities, schools, and businesses, improving living standards, and also the fostering economic growth in impoverishing the communities. Next slide, please. There are two solutions, that is renewable energy and the energy sufficiency. In promoting renewable energy resources such as solar, wind, and hydroelectric power can expand energy access while mitigating environmental impacts. Investing in renewable energy infrastructure creates jobs and also stimulates economic development. Implementing energy efficiency measures includes buildings, transportation, and industry can reduce energy demand and cost, making energy access more affordable and also sustainable. Energy efficient technologies also contribute to climate change mitigations. Next slide, please. Lastly, I would like to conclude that ending poverty is not only a moral imperative, but also crucial for achieving sustainable development and ensuring a more equitable and prosperous world for all. It requires coordinated efforts from governments, NGOs, businesses, and individuals. Together we fight, poverty takes flight. Thank you so much for this wonderful opportunity.
Thank you so much, Gayatri from BS Abdur. You already covered the energy, how we interlink with poverty. Nice presentation. Move on to next one. Thank you.
Thank you.
Punita?
Actually, it was very clean, clear, and crystal presentation. Really, it was very clear. Whatever concept you have explained is very clear. Good presentation, ma.
Thank you.
Naveen from Kingston Engineering College will be presenting now.
Good evening to one and all present here. Sorry, am I audible here? Hello, am I audible?
Yes, you are
Yes, you are
audible.
audible.
Okay, thank you. Good evening to one and all present here. I'm Naveen Moses from Kingston Engineering College, and I'm doing my 3rd year in EC department. So today I'm here to
Mr.
talk about.
Naveen, sorry to interrupt. You have to switch on your video during your presentation.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, is it on? Is it on?
Yes, you are visible. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Davis. Good evening to one and all present here. I'm Naveen Moses from Kingston Engineering College, and I'm doing my third year in EC department. So today I'm here to talk about the second goal of SDG, that is the zero hunger. So what do you mean by hunger? So hunger can be defined as a physical sensation or condition of discomfort, weakness, or pain caused due to lack of food. Food, it's a psychological response triggered by the body, needed for the nourishment and energy. So moving to the next slide. Next slide, please. Okay. So here we are going to talk about not about the what you mean by hunger and stuff, the ways in which we can make end the whole hunger stuff. So hunger is a global crisis which transits beyond the borders. It stays between a specific country, a state, or a city. It extends throughout the whole world, and where every people that even in people in America, Europe, Africa, Asia, and Australia, these kind of peoples or everyone is not like are facing this issue known as a hunger. So if we want to tackle this, the only thing is that we have to stand together. So moving to the next slide. So what do you mean? So magnitude of hunger I have classified into three things. First one is the staggering statistics and the underlying challenges and the moral imperatives. So so in the under the statistic, we can see that nearly 8,000 million people. Our country has nearly 3 billion people, and among the 3 billion people, 8,000 billion people worldwide do not have the enough food, the necessary food that they need to like have a healthy life for the day-to-day work. And the underlying challenges in this are the main three causes which we can say: poverty, inequality, and the lack of access to the essential services, and the moral imperatives. And as a human being, now, most of the members don't have the mentality to share their foods, but they share their resources with other people who doesn't have it. So thus, we are enforcing a particular group of people into the hunger region. Next slide. So to tackle this, mainly we need four things. The first one, to tackle the hunger, we need four things. The first one is the empathy. We need to have a feel of empathy to fight for the people who doesn't have the required food, giving them the required sharing us the things, excess things which we have to them. The second one is the advocacy, that we have to stand for them. As a human being, we need to help them, to stand them, to bring them up from the specific region, to support them. And third one is the collaboration. We need to collaborate our efforts with the NGOs, GOs, foreign companies, local companies, small scale industries, and help them with the sharing of food, making more foods, cultivating more, encouraging green agriculture, and many things. And last one is the empowerment. We need to empower the people who are like literally they don't know, like most of the people are not literally engaged to support the work to eradicate the hunger. Next slide. So to main thing and part, as I told about the partnership and collaboration, we need to follow these things. The first one is the global alliances. We need to have a large scale to, because the whole world, if you want to previous third slide, please. Thank you. Next slide. If we want to support, we need to have global alliances. And the second was the public partnership, because it should be the level of interaction between the collaborators and us should be really close if you want to eradicate fully. And next one is the community engagement. It can't be a single one. Excuse me. Can you just okay? Thank you. Please don't shift slides. Next one is the community engagement. We need to have a community to support us and to support the tasks which you are doing. Next slide. So these are the four things we need as a agent community members, or a citizen of world, or citizen of India, or a citizen of Tamil Nadu, or citizen of any cities. We need to have these four things in mind to eradicate the hunger. The first one is the food security for all, the sustainable resilience of food systems. The third one is the excuse me, sir, ma'am, like anyone. Is it okay if I share my screen? Hello, Davis. Is it okay if I share my screen?
Yes,
Sir,
wait.
you just give the control to him. No, let him share.
Yes, ma'am. Mr. Krishna.
I'm not able. I'm not able to share.
Yes, please hold on, Mr. Navin Moses.
Okay, sure.
Mr. Krishna.
Yes.
Mr. Navin Moses wanted to share his screen.
Wait.
Yes.
Naveen, check.
Yeah.
You will stop sharing the screen.
I think once Krishna stops sharing only, then I can share.
Yes, he will stop sharing. He will stop sharing the screen so that you can. Okay.
You can click now.
Is my screen visible?
Yes, you are visible and audible.
Okay, thanks. So these four things are the main thing. Okay, to continue from what I stopped. So these are the four visions we all need to have as an IGEN member. The first one is the food security for all. We need to make sure that food is available to all kind of people, and sustainable and resilient food system. And third one is the thriving inclusive communities, and the fourth one is the global solidarity and cooperation. So to way to progress, yeah, I think I stopped here. Way to progress here is to have a global cooperation, sustainable agriculture, poverty elevation, and global cooperation. So we need to make sure that it's sustainable for this from small scale industry. Because the large scale farmers are like they have a huge amount of money, revenue, and everything. So they will be selling the product at a higher rate, which is not possible for the people at the lower financially incapable people to buy those kind of stuff. Thus, we need to encourage small scale farmers to make product or to grow crops, which will be helpful for those kind of people. Next is the to make poverty to eradicate poverty. So once they eradicate poverty, the ultimately the no hunger that we can eradicate no hunger, because those two things are interconnected to each other. Next is the global cooperation. It's not an individual thing. We need a whole world to help us. Like talking about the energies which we like using in this to eradicate no hunger, that I have classified into two kinds of energy. One is the physical energy, and the next one is the non-physical energy. The first one, physical energy, it's a sort of the three things: fossil fuel, renewable energy, and human power. Fossil fuels, you need to use it for machinery. When you go, nowadays, like no one's going to use cows for plowing their fields, whereas we use tractors and harvesters for plowing and harvesting crops. So thus, to running those kind of things, we need fossil fuel. And another thing is that as fossil fuel is actually a pollution one, we can go to renewable energies like solar, wind, hydro, which gives us the same kind of amount of energy to run these. Third one is the human power, because you need because in this particular stage we are in, to eradicate hunger, we need a lot of human power to help out the people, to reach out the people while food is scarce. And the non-physical energy I have given like classified into four things. The first one is the innovation. We need to come out with new ideas, new concepts to eradicate this hunger. Next one is the collaboration with the government, businessmen, NGOs, farmers, and they should all work together without seeing the levels of levels. The third one is the investment. You need because we need huge for to making this possible. You need huge amount. So it's not like just a particular corporation gives certain about lakhs or thing. Just it's not like few lakhs is not sufficient to eradicate hunger. We need like crores and more than that. And empowerment, we need to empower small farmers, especially women, to increase the production, because there's a study that women are able to do a lot of tasks compared to the men. So that's we need to empower the women to encourage encourage in this field, and to make this no hunger thing. The another thing is main thing is the to have a sustainable agriculture. To have
Naveen,
that, we need the regenerative practices, water
Naveen,
conservation, and reduce emission. And
Naveen,
so
sorry to
innovative
interrupt
to
you.
make. Huh?
Sorry to interrupt you. You
Okay.
you just have 10 minutes, not
Okay,
more than
just a
that.
minute. Okay, sure. I think I have just 2 more slides. I'll just finish it off.
Yeah, make it.
Okay, sorry. So to make it innovative approaches, so like as I told about agriculture, we can make it as an engineer students, as more I think most of you are engineers, so we can come out with the new engineering ideas to make it easier. Like a few ideas are the hydroponics, aquaculture, urban farming, and food waste reduction. Hydroponics is like soilless farming, and aquaculture is like cultivating fish, shellfish, and urban farming like rooftop gardens, rooftop farms, like in okay, sorry, I forgot the movie name. Actually, in that movie name, she has come out with urban farming. Actually, the actress was actually Surya's wife. Sorry, I'm really sorry, I forgot her name. The fourth one is the food waste reduction, which because the rich and the people of the higher class normally waste a lot of amount of food. If you eradicate that kind of waste, it's a huge step to making no hunger. So to call to action, we need to prioritize the policies which are present now, address the root causes, that is the poverty, equality, inequality, and the lack of essential service to communicate, and the foster cooperation, empower communities, and to cultivate compassion. So to for a brighter future ahead, so we need to stand united as a community to end hunger. Let us be guided by the principle of justice, solidarity, and compassion. Through a cooperative action, we are able to we have the power to transform this global crisis into a story of hope, progress, and a brighter future for all. So thank you. So I'd like to end my speech with a quote by Mahatma Gandhi. There is enough food for on this planet for everyone, but there is no food for only the greed. So once again I repeat, there is enough on this planet for everyone's need, but not for everyone's greed. Thank you.
Naveen Moses
Thank you, Krishna.
from Kingston Engineering College. Next, we move on to next speaker.
Miss Abhinaya?
Yeah, am I audible?
Yes, you are audible. See, you are requested to switch on your video and start your presentation.
So can you press the remark PPT?
Yes. Mr. Tanush.
Yeah, just a second. I don't know, it is not allowing me to on my video. Is it fine if I do it this way?
Pardon?
It is not allowing me to switch on the video. If I can, is it okay if I do it without it?
Miss Abhinaya, just we request you can just come a few steps back and you can start your presentation. Actually, your background noise is here so much. So,
Okay,
what is your doubt?
second.
Yeah, what is your doubt?
So it is not allowing me to switch on my camera. So is it okay if I don't switch it on and I just go ahead and
Yes, you ought to switch on your camera and do your presentation. Then only we will be recognizing you, Miss Abhinaya.
Okay. Just 1 second. Let me try it 1 second. Just give me 1 minute.
Yeah, thank you. Yes, you are visible. Yes, you are visible and audible. You can start your presentation.
Great. Okay. Greetings to everyone present here. I'm Abhinaya Srinivasan from Ensavtalks Engineering College. So I'll be dealing with SDG Goal 3, which is good health and well-being. So whenever it comes to good health and well-being, there's no any age limit over here. So we are focusing on each and every person from each and every 5 years to the mortality year of the person, maybe 100 years. So can I move to the next one? So coming to the introduction, we have almost 9 targets to it. And there are 4 again targets, which is A, B, and C. D. These
are not exactly the targets. These are the implementation that have to be made. So going on with the first target, the first target is reduce maternal mortality. So what do I mean by this? Is that whenever it comes to the people dying, there are a lot of cases in dying. Something can be natural death, but some other thing can be accidents, and a lot of other cases. For example, many diseases, cancer, and a lot of stuff. So there are some stuff which we can reduce, and that is exactly targeted here. And the second target, it is targeting on the people, not the people, the babies under 5 years. So there are a lot of there are a lot of diseases that is getting affected to the small baby because there is increase of IVFs, and there is a lot of technology that got implemented. And whenever the technology is getting implemented, there are a lot of diseases that is getting implemented, that is getting increased too. And here we are to solve that. And coming to the third is fight communicable diseases. Whenever I say communicable diseases, it is not only the common cold or something like that. Even the COVID was communicable disease, and you know how severe it was. And when it comes to the fourth, it is something we all love to speak about, the mental health. And we don't care about it, but the government does. So that is for the fourth goal. And when it comes to fifth target, it's going to be reducing the road injury. So there are a lot of people who doesn't have license and they just go on the road, and or rather it can be helmet or it can be a lot of violating the particular rules, and these stuff have to be reduced. These are the targets. Coming up for the target A, B, C, and D. So these are the implementation. So A is no to tobacco or no to cigarettes or no to whatever the beverages we are drinking. So because it causes a lot of stuff, not only to that particular individual, it is causing a lot of stuff to family and to the environment. And when it comes to the B is for the chemical use in the particular medicines. So that is completely to the medical field. Each and everything is verified by the standards, and that is exactly when it says in the straw. And coming to C, it is the quality and cleanliness in the hospitals that has been checked by the government. And coming to D, D is completely of the digital things. For example, now I'm using phones for each and every time from morning to afternoon, right? So there are a lot of there's a lot of causes because of it. I'm being lazy and I'm buying specs because of it. So there are a lot of diseases that have to be reduced, and that is this target. Can I move to the another slide? Next slide, please. So why it is important? So now that I have told you that we have a lot of disease and we are going to hospital to it. So that is exactly when we say this prevention is better than cure. So here we are here to prevent each and every stuff. So whatever is mentioned right now, we have to prevent it so that we have a lot of health care, and this health doesn't be our burden. So that my body listens to me. So I can't. I should not listen to my body, right? My body has to listen to me. Next slide, please. Next slide. Yeah. Progress. So whenever I come across this slide, so I started something called STG3. So now that it's been a lot of years, now I have to see the progress. So the first graph says the child mortality rate. By child mortality rate, I mentioned about females also. There are a lot of parents who kill their female babies, but even that has been reduced. And this graph ensures about the disease decrease also. And the second graph goes to each and every target ratings. As I mentioned, all the 9 targets, these are the progress of the SDG goals. As you can see, right? Next slide, please. So these are the key initiative and research towards it. So basically, whenever when it comes to goals or anything, we engineers love to do something innovative, and here we have a scope for it. So whenever it comes to health and medical side, there are a lot of scope. We are engineers. Just because we are not doctors, it doesn't mean that we can't go to it. We can indeed contribute to our technology mind. And these are the particular key initiative that has been taken by the government, even in research as well as this particular field of health. There are a lot of increase of the government hospitals, and they have made it completely affordable, the treatments. Next slide, please. Now that I am completed with the introduction, I'm moving on with how exactly this health is related to energy. So why seventh goal? Because seventh is completely of clean and renewable energy. So so when it comes to third, 3.7, 3.8, 3.9 is it is just integrated in the energy. How we're going to see it now. Next slide, please. So now I'm here to answer this question: why health is energy? Like how it is even related? There's a connection, right? But no, my friend. When it comes to health, we are living in a society where we live under smoke, and there are a lot of stuff where the environment causes us a lot. And when it comes to energy, the minute I think about energy, I just come up with CO2. And whenever CO2 comes in mind, it is all goes with the net zero implementation of this movement. And that is exactly where energy comes in. Next slide, please. So these are when after COVID, there are a lot of change when it comes to the health field because people were terrified because of their life and everyone wanted to live. So after COVID, there was a lot of care that was given to the health ministry or the health field. And whenever it comes to health field, energy is the thing that could develop our environment, and that exactly which has interconnected the energy to health. And these are some examples of it. Next slide, please. Now I'm going to talk about Target B. Target 3B is something that talks about the research and the chemical composition of it. So moreover, it focuses on the research part. I think we are engineers and we know about Smart India Hackathon. So Smart India Hackathon has almost uh, 10 10 problem statements for us engineers to solve and to help the society. And there are a lot of fundings that is given by Smart India Hackathon. Not only Smart India Hackathon, there are a lot of IEEE journals and IEEE conferences that is promoting health field for us engineers to help in the society. Next slide. Okay, moving on. Now that we are talking about a lot of projects, after what we're supposed to do, we have to go and work for a company, and we actually want to contribute to society, right? And that is where this company is doing. After COVID, we created this particular stuff that helps safety action towards the renewable energy projects. So this is a portal where you can go and approach with your ideas, and you'll be funded for it. Next slide. So that's all from my side. Thank you so much for this opportunity, and I wish everyone an amazing day. Thank you.
Thank you, Abhinaya from Sri Saram Engineering College. Next, we move on to speaker, Ms. Punita.
Madhupriya present now.
Yeah, okay, ma'am. Okay, am I visible?
Yes, you are visible.
Okay. Okay, good evening, everyone. My name is Madhupriya. I'm doing my electrical and electronics engineering at Raj Lakshmi Engineering College. Okay, today I want to talk about a topic that's not just important but crucial for everyone future of our society. That is ensuring inclusive and equitable quality education and promoting lifelong learning opportunities for all. Next slide, please. Okay, let's start by understanding what this means. Inclusive quality education means that every person, regardless of their background, should have access to higher quality of education. It's about creating an environment where everyone feels welcome, like where everyone feels access to their learning journey. And it's not just about child or but also about the adults, like ensuring the learning does not stop after their formal schooling at all. So it's like you have to give importance to all the people, like from the childhood to till their adulthood. Next slide, please. Okay. Uh, okay. Now let us talk about how this concept is deeply connected to the Sustainable Development Goal 4, which focuses this completely focuses on ensuring inclusive and equitable quality education for all of us. It is not just a goal; it's own but intertwined with other sustainable goals because education is the foundation for achieving many of these goals. Next slide, please. Okay. There are many benefits, and what is inclusive of this? Inclusive of this particular thing is that how this education is being connected with the sustainable development goals, how it is being improving the people like presenting in the rural areas or any of the rural areas type of peoples. Next slide, sir. Okay. Let's talk about the challenges we face in achieving these goals. One of the big challenge is that lack of education, especially in the remote areas. That is what we are talking about in the last play. We also see gender disparities where girls are often left behind in terms of education opportunities, and economic barriers will also prevent many individuals from access to all these quality of educations. Next slide, sir. Next slide. Okay, yes. How does energy connect to all these things? Energy plays a fundamental or vital role in education. Imagine a school without electricity. How could a student study in the dark place? How could teachers use a technology to enhance the learning? Or access to any kind of energy is essential for powering the schools, for providing lighting, for running computers, for projectors, and creating an inductive learning environment. When we talk about energy in the education, we are also talking about the sustainable energy resolutions. Renewable energy sources like solar panels or like weather turbines, wind turbines, energy efficient building, they not only reduce the cost, but they also contribute to a healthier environment. Schools that utilize renewable energy because more of that sustainable for their communities, because that not only becomes less cost, it also give many beneficial to all of this. And the main thing is that benefits of all these energies in education is immense. It improves access to education in remote areas where traditional energy source might not reach. It enhances the learning experiences through any kind of latest technology that enabled in the education. It also contributes to cost saving, environmental conservation, teaching students about the importance of energy regardless with its education system. Next slide, sir. Okay. There are many innovative projects or many innovative around the world that showcase the connection between the energy and education. For example, school powered by the solar panels, partnerships between the energy and companies, and educational institutes and a community that leads to for promoting the sustainable practices. But it's not just about the access to education; it also about promoting lifelong learning to the people. Next slide, sir. Okay, strategies to promoting it. Okay, continuous learning or like digital literacy and adult education programs are essential for all the individuals to adapt to a rapidly changing environment. Learning does not stop after a formal schooling. That has to be continued even when people there is no deadline or there is no stop for education. Education can be done at any age or any mode of time. To monitor the progress towards the STD4 and other education related goals, we also reliable data collections evaluation methods. This data help us understand what's working, where improvements have to be done, or how we can better allocate the resources. Next slide, sir. Okay, fine. In conclusion, I ensure inclusive quality education and promoting lifelong learning opportunities to all, not just a goal, it's a necessary. It supports empowering individuals, breaking the barriers, and building a more sustainable and equitable world for the future. Thank you for listening. I encourage all of us to take action, whether it's supporting education institute or advocating for renewable energy or like simply spreading an awareness about it. Together, we can make a difference. Thank you.
Thank you, Madhupriya from Rajlakshmi Engineering College for short and crisp explanation on your presentation regarding 4 quality education with energy. Thank you so much. We move on to next presentation.
Now from Naveen, Srisai Institute of Technology will be presenting.
Good evening, everyone. Am I audible?
Yes.
Yes, you are audible.
Yeah. Sir, could I share my screen?
We are already presenting here.
Yeah, I just want to share my screen.
Mr. Tanuj, kindly turn off your presentation.
Yeah. Is it visible, sir?
Yes.
Yeah, thank you. Good evening, one and all present here. I am Naveen from Sairam Institute of Technology. Here present the topic of energy, which is related to quality with the SDG goal. Yeah. Today, we are here to tackle a topic that is not just relevant but crucial for our collection of progress of a society, gender equality. Yeah, it's a subject that is impact everyone, single one of us, regardless of gender, age, or background. Imagine a world where this opportunity are not denied by gender, where everyone has an equal chance to thrill and succeed, regardless whether there is identical or male, female, or non-binary. This vision a more equitable future that is driven our discussion today. Gender equality is just a moral improvement. It is also a smart economic and essential for sustainable development. When a breakdown barrier limit individual based on their gender will knock the full potential of the community and the economy. Throughout this presentation, we will deliver into the various dimension of gender equality, from the education and workforce participation to represent in the leadership and the elimination of harmful strategy. We will examine the process and made challenges we still face on most important action that taken to drive the meaningful changes. Yeah. Yeah, first understanding the SDG goal of 5. SDG goal 5 aim to achieve the gender equality and empower all women and girls. It recognizes the importance of ensuring the women full and effective participation and equal opportunity for leadership at all level of decision making in political, economical, and public life. Yeah, we'll see that if men at nowadays men's are only the higher priorities and superior in all positions, and there are other equal genders, which is not all not only the even not only the gender, but also a main priority which their decision has to be taken. So this goal, SDG goal 5, aims to achieve the gender equality to recognize the importance and ensure the effective participant and equal opportunity leadership of all women and children. Yeah. Understanding of SDG. Yeah. And what makes this barrier between the genders? Yeah. Any discrimination against all women and girls. As we know, in the higher superiority, the dominant gender are playing the major role. For breaking the dominant major, we can come across the end discrimination, which provide the gender equality. And second one, eliminating the violence against the women girls. Yeah, we know that there are lots of issues are happening that against women and children, especially as girls children. For breaking these eliminating these barriers against women and girls, especially girls, can improve the women and can equally provide the gender equality. Yeah, third one, eliminating all harmful practice such as children marriage. Yeah, child marriage is the one of the crucial practice that is held in the ancient time. I think around age of 10 or 15 are getting married, and if the partner of the child is get
Navin, can
or
you please put full screen?
ma'am, pardon ma'am.
Full screen.
Yeah. Is it visible?
Navin, you are requested to execute your screen.
Yeah. Is it visible, sir? Is it visible, sir?
Yes, you can proceed.
Thank you. Yeah. And recognition and value unpaid care and domestic workers. Yeah, we know that the work which we done for everyone had to pay for the equivalent, but the work that is done by our mother or our sister in the home are not repaid by everyone. So for the pay of domestic workers should be reduced to ensure the uh, safeties of women and yeah. Yeah, to ensure the gender equality, ensure women's participation and leadership in decision making. Yeah, as we know, in decision making, in the general village side, every decisions only the male candidate has the superior to take the decision. So we have to work towards the process which can be giving the chances for the women to take part in the decision making, and even which is make a better world of gender equality, ensure universal access to the sexual and reproductive health and rights. Yeah, this is one of the major aspect in which the women are getting obsessed. So the sexual and reproduction duties are also belongs to the female world. So which could be useful for maintaining the gender equality. Yeah, thank you. 1 minute. So how it can be achieved? Understanding the reform that given by the equal rights to the economic resource induced at land or improve the gender equality, which improve the woman safety and ensure the use of information and communication technology, adopt the strength and political agency. This will improve the legal way of rules that that is given for the women. Women's roles in the sustainable energy. Women play a vital role in the transition to sustainable energy. They are often at forefront of communication-based energy initiatives and are key agent of changes in promoting renewable energy solution, empowering the women in energy sector in crucial achievements. Improvement in the sustainable development of SDG Goal 5. Yeah. This is a graph of 2015 and 2020 percentage of managing position of women in the various sectors. And this is a graph which is indicating the growth of SDGs. But due to the COVID period, the growth is still lagging here. but we could achieve by our general workings. Understanding the general gaps in the energy sector. Yeah. Basically, if a person working in a energy sector, yeah, you can ask whether how the gender equality is related to the energy sector. As in the energy sector, the major roles, the major gender plays are males compared to the females. These graphs ensure that males are the major employees are working in the energy sector, which makes more and more renewable for the gender equality. So as recruiting more women in the energy sector will improve the proficiency of the gender equality and step the generation towards younger generation towards the improvement of gender equality. Yeah, these are the progress that are made in the
You have already crossed 10 minutes. Kindly complete it soon.
Sure, sir. Yeah, these are the progress that are made, increasing the number of women with the access to the renewable energy, increase the number of women's owner business with the access with the energy renewable, introducing an upgrade electric material system, creating a reward cost electric conversion scheme, increasing electric provision to the marketing municipalities, essential mobile sales and after sales. This will make gender equality in the energy sectors. Yeah, these are the achievements of energy sector, women achievers in the energy sector. Vandana Gowar, she's a journalist which spoke about lot of renewable energy resource and got plenty of awards. And Sardan Ibila is the CEO of Renewable Power Limited. Anastasia Maria Kausia is currently pursuing award of EUSUW Women in Energy Award celebration. Yeah, still we are lacking in the achievement of gender equality. These are the records given by the WHO of lacking of gender equality. Yeah, in interplay of energy and gender in achieve SDG goals of 5 is a complex yet critical aspect of nourishing equality by recognizing the priority role of women in sustainable energy and addressing the gender participation in energy sector, we can achieve towards more equality and sustainable future. Thank you.
Yeah, can I start it?
Wait for the information, Ms. Amruta. Thank you, Mr. Navin, for your presentation.
Yeah, thank you.
Mr. Krishna, shall we move on to the next one?
Yes, you can move.
Yes. Dear participants, I record to tell you that Ms. Punita Rani is unable to continue this meeting due to some technical issues. So I will take on the forward. I will forward the moderating session. So our next participant is about to present goal number 6. So Ms. Amruta from St. Joseph College. Ms. Amruta, you can proceed.
Yes, sure.
Ms. Amruta, you can switch on your video and you can start your presentation.
Yeah, am I clear?
Yes, you are clear.
I'm Shamrita and I'm here to talk about the goal 6, clean water and sanitation. நீரின்றி அமையாத உலகு யார் யாருக்கும் வானின்றி அமையாத ஒழுக்கு. Introduction to SDG goal 6, clean water and sanitation. Access to clean water and proper sanitation are fundamental to human health, development and environmental protection. The importance of clean water and sanitation are...
Sorry for inconvenience. Will you keep a full screen? Full screen? Click down. Click not that one. Left side of minus. Minimize. Bottom, at bottom you have presentation symbol.
Now is it?
Can you press F5 to execute your file?
Now is
Yeah.
it clear?
Yes, you
Yeah.
can proceed.
The major importance of clean water and sanitation are the public health, economic development, and environmental sustainability. Coming to public health, lack of clean water and sanitation contributes to the spread of waterborne diseases like cholera, dysentery, and typhoid. Talking about economic development, improved water and sanitation infrastructure boost productivity and economic growth by reducing time spent collecting water. Environmental sustainability. The sustainability management of water resources is crucial for protecting ecosystem and ensuring long-term availability. The nexus between the water and energy. Energy for water, which is the energy is needed to extract, treat, and distribute clean water. And water for energy, the water is essential for hydropower generation and cooling of thermal power plants. The interdependence of energy and water is the water energy nexus requires integrated management and policies to ensure the sustainable resource use. Renewable energy solutions for water sanitation. Solar powered water pumps. By using solar energy, we can extract and distribute groundwater, especially in remote areas. Biogas for waste. Anaerobic digestion of organic waste can generate biogas to power plants and for treatment of water plants. Wave and tidal power. Harnessing the energy of waves and tides can provide renewable power for desalination and water purification. Challenges in achieving the SDG Goal 6: water scarcity, lack of infrastructure, and financing gaps. Coming to water scarcity, limited freshwater resources exacerbated by climate change pose a major challenge to provide universal access to clean water. Lack of infrastructure, many communities, especially in developing regions, lacks the necessary water and sanitation infrastructures. Financing gaps comes significant investments is required to build and maintain water and sanitation system. Often these are exceeding available fundings. The innovative technologies for water and sanitation are desalination, water recycling, and smart water monitors. In desalination, converting seawater or brackish water into fresh water through technologies like reverse osmosis or by coming to water recycling, treating and reusing wastewater for non-potable application like irrigation and industrial processes. In smart water meters, monitoring and optimizing water usage through digital technologies to reduce the waste. The partnerships and the collaborations for SDG Goal 6 are government, private sector, and civil society. The three major things which are collaborated with SDG Goal 6. In government collaborations, it develops policies, regulations, and funding mechanisms to support water and sanitation initiatives. In private sectors, provides innovative technologies, investment, and expertise to complement public efforts. In civil society, it advocates for water rights, raise awareness, and engage local communities in sustainable water management. I will conclude by achieving SDG Goal 6 and its connection to energy. Realizing SDG Goal 6 on clean water and sanitation will require a comprehensive approach to integrate renewable energy solutions. By leveraging the water energy nexus, we can ensure sustainable, affordable, and equitable access to these essential resources for all. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Amruta, for a crystal clear explanation about SDG 6. Okay, we will move on to the next participant. Ladies and gentlemen, The next participant for this evening, Ms. Tamima Tasita, K. Ramakrishna College of Engineering, Trichy, to present the point 7.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
Thank you for such a warm welcoming, Mr. Davis. It gives me great pleasure and privilege to present to you all about one of the most beautiful topics of today's event. And I take great honor in thanking everyone who was behind this opportunity which was given to me, including the student committee and the officials of the one who is commemorating this event. Thank you all. So let's move on to the topic. Can I have the next slide, please? So yes, I am going to give a very brief introduction about a topic.
Ms. Tamima, are you here? Ms. Tamima, your voice is not audible.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
I'm so sorry for the network inconvenience. I would like to continue from my mobile phone. So this is about ensure access to affordable, reliable, and sustainable modern energy for all. How SDG 7 is connecting energy with this. Next slide, please. Is this the updated version? I think I sent an updated PPT. Is this the updated PPT?
1 second, hold on. We will again present. Mr. Tanush, I will send you again. Will you turn off presentation?
Ms. Tamima?
Yes, sir. Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible. You can proceed.
Thank you, sir. So I have highlighted the most important points from every single slide of mine with the color purple here. So in case you guys are not able to read the entire slide due to time constraint, you can focus on the purple points. So our SDG is nothing but a kind of sustainable development goal which focuses on the main issues that's happening around the globe. The topic that I have taken for today is SDG 7, which focuses on ensuring access to affordable, reliable, sustainable, and modern energy for all. So here we can focus on two words, for all. Even though we all are able to converse here with the help of technology, talking about all the sustainable development goals, is this what every individual on this planet is having access to? And even if they're having access to, is it given to all in the proper ratio? That is exactly what we're going to see today. Affordability, reliability, sustainability, along with modernability. Let me give you one case study. A country with large coal deposits will likely make wide use of this resource to industrialize its economy. The people living within the country will likely use it as a main income source in order to give a growth in their economic level. Next slide, please. But is this the same case for country that is also having a poor development level? That is exactly what I've given in the first point. Development level of country is low. Will the cost of energy be high? Yes. If the cost of energy is high in one particular country and if it is low in other countries and all, this will give a pathway to lack of access to energy no matter how large or diverse the country's donation is. So what I'm trying to say here is the development of country is directly proportional to how much it is able to give energy to the citizens of that particular country. There are costs people face on everyday basis, and if this is taken on a global level, every country can see how much it can contribute towards the economy of the product which is being sold. Be it any product, petrol, anything, if you are in a developing country, the rates can be given in such a way that it also helps to, so that it helps people to focus on getting affordable rate products. Energy sources are often scarce and their supply is intermittent. 20% of the world's population still lacks access to electricity, and a large suffer from persistent power failure. So in 2012, even in India, our own motherland, 700 million people had a blackout struck in India, paralyzing transportation, communication system, causing unknown number of fatalities. So you can say that this blackout happened for just few minutes. Imagine how many people would have been affected, and in some cases, even death might be happening. When I say fatalities, you can imagine one simple example in NICU. NICU is nothing but neonatal intensive care unit where premature babies are kept. Even if 1 minute of energy supply is cut off for those babies, they might even die in that short span. So in our developing country, India itself, if this is the case, what about those countries that are very, very, very behind us? What will happen to them if proper energy sources is not given to them in a huge? Am I audible? Can I have the next slide, please?
Yes.
Thank you. So this is just a very simple description that everybody of us here know. If coal is the only source of energy, then what about other resources which can possibly help us to create energy without depending on the energy which might get over anytime soon? Solar energy, wind energy, and hydroelectricity. Next slide, please. Importance. So the next slide here is importance. As the guidelines were given, I have put it in an order where you can understand the issue from starting from importance first. Supply issue is not only the problem here, the thing that happened in 2012. Not only supply was a problem, but also mismanaged and underdeveloped energy infrastructure. So when people are building energy resources, they give count to government telling that we have already built it and it's happening well. But what about the process of maintaining energy? What about maintaining it after years and years of building that place? That is exactly where we need to focus. This maintenance will ensure steady supply, robust governance, and efficient and stable distribution of system. The next point that I would like to highlight is basic feature in the word modernity does not only mean big level of technological improvement. It says that modern development is going to root level, including villages. Even village should get access to that modern level of technology which is being brought to a country. Next slide, please. So this is a depiction of how much carelessness will root inside places if we do not take care of it. The first image is unbothered wires and technologies just left on the streets just like that. And the second image is how those many members are depending on one simple television to know about what's happening around the globe with the proper energy. So you can see here around the family, nothing is developed around them. Even the house or whatever is like in the starting stage. But the power supply, the fan, the TV, everything will help them to go to next level in their life, even if although other things are not really in a developed state. Next slide, please. Yeah, so we learned about how important it is. Now it's time for challenges. 90% of growth in energy does not only come from OECD, but it also comes from members that are not part of OECD. Countries outside rich Western economies and Japan. So here we can see that not only modernity, even sustainability is a very important factor. Even though I might possibly produce a modern technology, if I'm not going to give a sustainable technology, it will plaque within a few days. Your whatever invention you do, it will take backseat if you are not going to do it in a sustainable level. So that's what I've given here. Consistent stream of power to meet basic human needs, maintain and improve social functioning, along with power generated by energy use should be much more greater than resulting weight and pollution. no matter what I'm going to do in this world, it is going to produce some amount of waste or pollution, but I should do it in such a level that this should be minimized as much as possible in my own hands. Next slide, please. So this is a very easy depiction of what I'm trying to say. So here fossil fuel is like the coal, okay? It might take millions of years to produce, and it might depend on biomass, and then all these functions are happening, and it is a process that is not going to happen within 5 or 10 years. It is going to happen over millions of years together. Is this the only solution that's in our hand right now? Even though the whole world is currently based majorly on coals, this is only not the future. The future also has solar energy as photovoltaics, wind power, and biomass, as I said in the starting slides. Next slide, sir. So the challenge now, as much as I have said to you about introduction, importance, and everything, like every good thing in this world that comes with challenge, even our energy to all also comes with a challenge. That is the word coal. Please focus on the highlighted points which I've highlighted here. Although not all forms of modern energy are sustainable, coal is perhaps the most important case in this point. Even though it has helped us gain great advancement all these years, we can't possibly see it in the future, because we have to look at the emissions that it is giving. 40% of world's electricity, nearly same fraction of global carbon emission is happening. It is inefficient, low mass to energy ratio, and creates enormous pollution. Enormous is nothing but huge pollution. Coal is neither sustainable at this point nor anthropogenic climate change. It does not give any contribution towards it. So we have to ensure that whatever we are going to do right now is sustainable from the topic today itself. So coal is not going to help us in the long run, and that is the major challenge of this topic. Given the scale of use of coal, the emergence of global economy powered largely by fossil fuels, so what can we possibly do? Next slide, sir. This is a depiction of the coal that I wanted to show you all. Next slide. So what did you observe from the previous slide? The hands of the workers. Coal is not good for even the workers over there. I wanted to show that, and hence I gave that image. Coming to the consequences. Imagine we are taking all the possible necessary measures in action. What will be the consequence of it? Energy services will prevent diseases, fighting pandemics, powering healthcare facilities, and supplying clean water, enabling communication and services all around. Access to affordable, reliable, and sustainable. So the solutions need not meet the challenge at all levels. What I'm trying to say is, even if we move one step towards that solution, one step at a time, we will surely reach where we want to be within a 10 years of time. Yet the task is achievable if international organizations have sufficient vision, if government can work together, and if communities and individuals are offered the right incentives and the necessary means. SDG 7 is very, at least, the important step in that direction. So as I have said, this might not look like achievable within 5 or 10 years, but we can surely move towards what we are trying to go if we all have this as future engineers or as budding engineers at this point. Next slide, sir. This is a very depiction of an instance that I wanted to give. This was the situation of the women in our house years back, generations back. Our grandmothers did, they supplied water to the family by this means. But due to technological advancement, we are able to talk right here, like now. This is not the situation right now. That's what I'm trying to say with coal also. Even though coal is like a huge factor here, if we are constantly funding with proper resources and technologies are being like if we are having a constant check about what's really happening around the world and encourage people in that field to take proper measures, we can surely achieve what we want. Next slide, sir. So this is the solutions. So I would like to wind up. I think the time is running up, so I would like to wind up soon. So the solution focuses on nothing but transitioning to affordable, reliable, and sustainable energy system by inventing renewable energy resources. protect ecosystem and commit to sourcing 100% of operational electricity. Operational electricity is not an alien term. It is nothing but depending entirely on renewable resources. So does renewable sources include coal? No. So what all renewable sources does not include coal, we have to rely on that. So employers can reduce internal demand for transport by prioritizing telecommunications. This work from home and all can be encouraged by reducing transportations. So if transportation is reduced, or if train travel is done, or over auto or air travel is done as group, we might possibly reduce the amount of fossil fuel which is required to run in the long run. So if fossil fuel is reduced, then of course we can go to a greener energy for all topic. Next is investors. Invest more in sustainable energy services, bringing new technology to market. And the last but not the least is, how can you and me contribute towards this? As much as we talk and we do PPT and all, it's great. But how can we do once the show is over? That is by using bike or walk or take public transport to reduce carbon emissions. If we do it from our home, our family will follow. And if our family follows, our country will follow. And that will forever help the ones on the long run to achieve it globally. Next slide, sir. This is a solar energy panel that I wanted to show it to you all. Next one, benefits. Yes, benefits. So yes, if suppose the solution is done, like a rat running, looking at the reward it's going to have in the maze, we on the long run should always remember the benefit that is associated now. A well-established energy system will help agriculture, infrastructure, communication, and high technology to benefit. Renewable energy is making impressive gains over the years. So even though poor countries are having a turbulent start, they are processing, they are all progressing. So we can all expect a very good return within a few years. Now, more focused attention is needed to improve. So previous slide. Yeah, thank you. So yeah, sir, please have this slide. For about 2.3 billion people, there is clean and safe cooking fuel technology as dream. We might have these food or water or whatever, it might be available for us in the span of a second or two, but almost 2.3 billion people are still struggling for it. So if they are still struggling for food and water, will that be happening for coal and fossil fuels too? No, right? They all need proper energy sources, and that is exactly given here. Fossil fuels such as coal, oil, or gas have been a major sources of electric production. But burning carbon fuel produces large amount of greenhouse gases, which cause climate change also. So this is why I'm telling you, if we reduce the coal usage, this project will take 100 times or multifold rapid increase in the outcome that we are expecting. Next slide, sir. In a nutshell, what can we tell? Without electricity, women and girls have to spend hours fetching water. Clinic cannot store vaccinations, or even school children cannot do homework at night. People cannot run competitive businesses. Imagine a world in COVID time without energy. We wouldn't have even had the next amount of food or water if energy was not there. Imagine this COVID happens like millions of years back. I think the human whole group itself would have perished. That's how important energy is.
Sorry for
So if
inconvenience.
we
You
don't,
already crossed 15 minutes. Kindly complete it soon.
yeah, sir, I'll complete within 5 minutes, within like a minute. So this is why I am telling you the goal is 2030. We have to meet the goal within 2030. Mostly women and children will be able to continue if harmful household air pollution will also be stopped. If we do not achieve the goal, then it might possibly not happen. Next slide, sir. This is what I'm trying to say. A woman having access to energy even in rural areas. Next slide, sir. Next slide, sir. The target. All the thing that I have said all this time, this has a target time, and that is nothing but 2030. So by 2030, we have to ensure universal access, increase sustainability, double global rate, enhance international cooperation, and also expand infrastructure. If all this is taken into account, I am sure we can do it in the long run, and we can go for the sky. Next slide, sir. Yes. So I would like to conclude by this one beautiful quote of all time. Strength of each team is a member, and each member's strength is a team. With a team like ours, nothing is impossible. And who is in the team? You and me. You and me can contribute towards this SDG, and not just SDG 7, but every sustainable development goal can be accomplished if we all put our hearts together and work for the betterment of the future. Next slide, sir. So thank you all. Thank you to my dear Dayalini ma'am, who helped me come forward in this presentation and present. And I would also like to thank every student who was behind this in calling me and making it all possible, and also the faculty member team. Thank you all so much. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Tamima Tasita, for a brief description about SDG 7. So before moving on to the next participant, we, the member of Hygiene and Save Club, would like to welcome our beloved faculty member of K. Ramakrishna College of Engineering, Dr. Dayalini ma'am. We welcome you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, ladies and gentlemen, the next participant for this evening, allow me to introduce to you Mr. Maria Roshan from Amet University. Mr. Maria Roshan?
Roshan, we will present 1 second.
Okay, shall I start?
Yes, you can proceed.
Okay. Good evening, everyone present here. I am Maria Roshan from Amet University. I'm going to talk about the SDG Goal 8, which is none other than decent work and economic growth. SDG 8 focuses on promoting sustained, inclusive, and sustainable economic growth, full and productive employment, and decent work for all. This goal aims to create conditions that allow people to access quality jobs while also protecting worker rights and promoting safe and secure working environments. Next slide. Through SDG Goals 8, we can achieve decent job, economic development, sustainable practices. Decent jobs. SDG Goal 8 aims to promote sustained, inclusive, and sustainable economic growth, full and productive employment, and decent work for all. Economic development. This goal recognizes the importance of economic growth and development in improving living standards and reducing poverty worldwide. Through sustainable practices, it emphasizes the need for economic growth to be achieved in an environmentally sustainable manner, decoupled from resource depletion and environmental degradation. Next slide, please. Importance of energy for economic development. Access to affordable, reliable, and sustainable energy is crucial for economic growth and development. Energy powers businesses, fuel transportation, and enables the production of goods and services. Reliable energy infrastructure supports industrial activities, spurs innovation, and attracts investment. Lack of energy access can hinder economic progress and trap communities. In poverty, improving energy access, particularly in developing countries, can drive economic opportunities, create jobs, and improve living standards. Next slide. Access to affordable and reliable energy. Ensuring access to affordable, reliable, and modern energy is crucial for driving economic development and improving living standards. This includes providing electricity, heating, and cooking fuels to households and businesses at reasonable cost. Expanding grid infrastructure to reach undeserved communities, subsidizing or providing financial assistance for energy access, especially for low-income families. Promoting decentralized renewable energy solutions like solar, wind, and microgrids. By improving energy access, communities can better engage in income-generating activities, access essential services, and improve overall quality of life. Next slide. Renewable energy and sustainable energy sources. There are 4 renewable energy sources. Solar power, harnessing the sun's abundant energy through photovoltaic cells is a clean, renewable energy source that reduces reliance on fossil fuels. Wind energy, large-scale wind farms and small-scale turbines tap into the power of wind to generate electricity without greenhouse gas emissions. Hydroelectric power, generating electricity from the flow of water in rivers, streams, and oceans is a reliable renewable energy source with minimal environmental impact. Geothermal energy, tapping into the Earth's natural heat to produce steam and generate electricity, offers a sustainable emissions-free energy solution. Next slide. Energy efficiency and conservation. Reducing energy demand. Energy efficiency involves using less energy to perform the same tasks, such as using LED light bulbs and energy efficient appliances. This helps lower energy consumption and greenhouse gas emissions. Conserving energy resources. Energy conservation focuses on reducing overall energy use by changing behaviors such as turning off lights when not in use or unplugging electronics when not in use. This helps preserve finite energy. Sustainable practices. Together, energy efficiency and conservation promote sustainable energy use and reduce the environmental impact of energy production and consumption. This supports the achievement of SDG Goal 8 on decent work and economic growth. Technological innovations. Advanced technologicals like smart grids, energy storage, and building automation systems enable more efficient energy use and help integrate renewable energy sources. These innovations are crucial for sustainable energy future. Next slide. Sustainable energy infrastructure. There are 3 things. One is grid modernization. Second one is clean energy storage. Third one is smart microgrids. First one, grid modernization. Upgrading and expanding power grids to support the integration of renewable energy sources, enabling the efficient distribution of clean electricity. Then, clean energy storage. Developing large-scale energy storage solutions such as battery banks and pump storage hydroelectricity to ensure reliable and consistent access to renewable power. Third one is smart microgrids. Deploying decentralized self-sufficient energy systems that can operate independently, improving resilience and access to sustainable energy is remote or undeserved areas. Next slide. Next, policies and regulations for clean energy. There are 4 policies and regulations. The first one is policy incentives. Second one is regulatory standards. Third one is public-private partnership. And the final one is international cooperation. We can see the first one, policy incentives. Governments can offer tax credits, subsidies, and other financial incentives to encourage the adoption of clean energy technologies like solar, wind, and geothermal power. Then the second one, regulatory standards. Policymakers can set efficiency standards and emissions limits to drive the transition to cleaner, more sustainable energy sources and reduce reliance on fossil fuels. Third one is public-private partnerships. Collaborative initiatives between the public and private sectors can spur investments, innovation, and implementation of renewable energy infrastructure and clean energy projects. Next, the fourth and final one is international cooperation. Global coordination through treaties, agreements, and knowledge sharing can accelerate the worldwide shift towards clean, affordable, and accessible energy for all. Next slide. Next, challenges and opportunities in achieving SDG Goal 8 through energy. There are 4 challenges and opportunities. The first one is policy barriers. Second one is financing gaps. Third one is infrastructure needs. Fourth one is capacity building. Next slide. Conclusion. Advancing sustainable development through energy. In conclusion, achieving SDG Goal 8 on decent work and economic growth requires a holistic approach that leverages the power of sustainable energy policies, infrastructure, and innovation must work together to deliver affordable, reliable, and clean energy access for all. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Marirosan. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, our next participant for this evening to present the SDG 9, I would like to welcome Rajeshwari from Swanandra College of Engineering and Technology. Ms. Rajeshwari, are you here?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you all please hear me? Am I audible?
Yeah. Yes, you are audible and you are visible. You can proceed.
Yeah, thank you. So, can I have my slide, please?
Yes, please hold on.
I'm sorry I can't see the first page of my slide.
Please hold on, Ms. Rajeshwari.
I can't see the first slide of my slide.
Yeah, we are facing some technical issues. Please hold on for a second.
So can I share my own screen?
Yes, hold on for a minute. 1 minute.
Open with PPT. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
it's fine.
we are getting it. Yeah. Yes, can you start? Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm
Yes,
fine.
you can proceed.
So first of all, thank you for an opportunity to speak here in the platform of hygiene institutions. So, and my regards to all the dignitaries here, and also ladies and gentlemen, let me speak about the Sustainable Development Goals. First of all, let me explain you what sustainable development means. Um, it's like why the debates are going on sustainable development, why all over the world, I mean each and every country, but not only in India, are supporting sustainable development. And also first of all, let me explain you what is sustainable development means. So it's like how we are going to live in the future. And also it is like sustainable development will needs and also meets the need of every human who is living on earth. And also conserving the mother nature is nothing but sustainable development. And also preserving each and every element of earth for the future generations as well. So there are sustainable development goals which are interlinked, like there are 17 global goals which are like, let me explain you, like poverty, as of some of my co-participants have explained about that: poverty, zero hunger, good health, better generations, better futures without compromising the quality and the elemental nature in our earth. So to give the promising technology to all the future generations, sustainable development is must. So, and my regards for you all, for you guys, for conducting such events which support sustainable development, because it is a very crucial one if our survival should be continued on the earth. So could you please move on to the next slide, please? Excuse me, could you please move on to the next slide? Yeah. So there are some of the context in sustainable development. So not that. Before one, please. Yeah. So the main things in which we are going to focus on regarding sustainable development, the overview of that based on people, planet, and prosperity. Like people. So the goals which are focused on improving human well-being, such as without poverty, with a very good survival of lifetime, and with a like promoting natural resources and without wasting them, and also planet. So the only aim is to protect the planet at any cost and at any circumstance. And also the prosperity, it's like the economic growth and development, including the quality and the gender equality and each and every element which comes in the society as well. And the next slide, please. Could you please move on to the next slide, please? So yeah, so yeah, no poverty. As one of my co-participants have explained about the poverty, which consists of like regulations like ending extreme poverty, like reducing poverty and mobilizing resources and ensuring equal rights. And I don't want to take much time because already one of my co-participants have explained about this. So could you please move on to the next slide? Yeah. So it's about the zero hunger. And we have also listened about it. So I want to explain about this because it is like, according to me, food is not just a therapy or just, an element which is consumed by each and every living creature on the earth just to move on. But food is the fuel. It is a very crucial one to continue our survival with a healthy manner. So it ensures each and every human, I mean, each and every living creature on earth, when they are consuming food, it should be safe, nutritious, and sufficient at all. So each and every human and living creature should get safe food. So everyone should consume food, and by sustainable development, with that goal, we can end the zero hunger. I mean, we can end the hunger pangs. Like when we promote all of this, each and every person can consume food without without small scale food producers, particularly women. So there are secure access to land, technology, and markets. And the third one, please. I mean, goal 3 in the next slide. So, and the goal 3 of sustainable development is considered as good health and well-being, and it's like ensuring healthy life and being being well-being, and just being not prone to the communicable diseases, and we have to ensure a healthy lifestyle. It's all about that. And the next one. And the next slide, please. And you guys just focus on the goals. I'm just giving an overview because it is already explained. I just don't want to waste of valuable time. And it's quality education. So education is the best one gifted by ourselves, like which can change your life, like there are key initiatives which are focusing on improving infrastructure, such as increasing the teacher training and support, and implementing some of the creative and innovative teaching methods to enhance learning outcomes. And also our goal is to make each and every human be aware of ethics and values which are offered by the education. And next one. And the next one, please. I don't want to take the much time because you have given only 5 to 10 minutes. So yeah, it's gender equality, which is arising, which is most happening issue in India right now. Not only in India, I'm so sorry, it's like in any other country. But I just want to speak about it just 1 second. So we have many consequences in gender equality, right? One should have equal rights, and he or she or anyone should have freedom to do what they love, and one should be empowered, and the leadership skills should be developed, and the family should provide equal rights to each and every person who is continuing their survival on earth. And the goal number 6, next slide, please. Could you please move on to the next slide? Yeah, next one. Goal 6, clean water and sanitation. And it is also comes under the health care, and everyone should have access to consume, to drink the cleanest water. And that's our responsibility to keep the water clean, because Mother Earth have gifted us many things, not many things. Mother Earth has gifted us the whole life, and it is our responsibility to keep our Mother Earth clean, so that everything we should consume gives us the healthy lifestyle. And that's a promising one. And the 7th one, please. Could you please move on to the 7th slide? I mean, 7th goal. And affordable and clean energy. Like using the natural resources, renewable energy sources, we have been creating a lot of stuff. So we should ensure that we should store the renewable energy which is available on the earth, and we should be aware of not wasting the resources which has been gifted by the Mother Earth, and we should preserve them for our future generations as well. And the next one, please. And the next one. And the decent work and economic growth. And just before mine, so one of one of the boy has explained about that, like productive employment, entrepreneurship, and youth development. And next one. Next slide, please. Yeah. So I have chosen fuel cell technology, which comes under the like industrial development, which is the 9th goal of sustainable development. Let me explain you why I have chosen the industries like which is interconnected to the sustainable development goals. Like in this, it ensures that resources are used conservatively and efficiently. So the reason why I have chosen fuel cell, because fuel cell is the most promising technology in the contemporary world, which can replace the vehicles which are creating most pollution, like which are releasing more chlorofluorocarbons into the environment, like diesel and petroleum vehicles. So this is one of the best project on which I have worked in. So I've been researching on this. I've published many journals on fuel cell technologies as well. So fuel cell, each and like we are studying since our schooling. So this is the best one to take into the world, which can change the entire environment by replacing it with like petroleum diesel vehicles. So it is an electrochemical cell, as all of us know, which have been learning till, since schooling. So could you please move on to the next slide? Could you please move on to the next slide, please? Yeah. So what is the advantage of fuel cell technology? I just want to give a small overview on that. So the most promising methods which have been offered by fuel cell is clean energy, versatility, high efficiency, and reliability. So clean energy, it's zero pollution. The energy is created by fuel cells, which is the hydrogen one. And we have high efficiency, and versatility is nothing but it can be used in a wide range of applications. And reliability, it can operate continuously without getting hurted. And the next slide, please. And the next slide, please. Yeah, hydrogen as a fuel source. So the only energy which is created by the fuel cell is hydrogen one. So we have different types of fuel cells across our study, like phosphoric acid fuel cell, like alkaline fuel cells, proton exchange membrane. We have different types of fuel cells, but each and every fuel cell, it produces like energy, which is hydrogen energy, which is a cleanest energy on earth. And now like in the present world, it is a sign of progress that each and every scientist is discovering some innovative technologies to get rid of, to subtract the toxic emissions in the environment. So as that, fuel cell can be a promising technology which can produce green hydrogen into the environment, which eliminates all the extracting environment pollution on the earth. And next slide, please. And the next one, please. Next one, please. Yeah, fuel cell applications. So we can use fuel cells in passenger vehicles to travel from one place to another place, commercial vehicles, which means the heavy duty trucks, buses, and everything, marine applications, like we can use it as a marine applications, and aviation in the form of aviations as well. So the only reason why I am promoting fuel cell in each and every application, because so it can give a zero emission driving. So that's the reason why I have chosen fuel cell as a promising technology in the industries, in the like in the background of sustainable development goals. And next one. And next one, please. And the time is up, I know. I'm so sorry. Yeah, the role of fuel cells. So the role of fuel cells, it can be used as renewable hydrogen energy, and it reduces the emissions causing by some of the consequences on the earth, and it is energy efficient, and it's like it plays a crucial role in supporting goals of sustainable development. And it is a it is such an affordable one, and gives clean energy, climate action, and responsible consumption and production as well. And the next slide, please. And the next slide, please. And the conclusion. So there are 17 sustainable development goals, like in which we are presenting in. So I have given a goal, ninth one. In that, I have chosen fuel cells as the most promising technology ever, because I have worked on that. I can show you the practical results. Like, it's the best one ever. It can replace these vehicles which are running on petroleum and diesel, and it can be the best one. Like, by creating hydrogen energy, it can extract green energy and eliminates and subtracts all the pollution which is caused by all these fuels as well. So by working together across the nations, not only across, like, by working together across states, like nations and international wise, we can achieve this. Like, we can be the you know we can start the change by changing ourselves as well, and we can make the meaningful progress towards more sustainable and equitable future for all. And thank you for an exceptional opportunity to speak here, and it's such a good platform to share my all research works and experiences about fuel cell and promising sustainable development technology. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Rajeshwari, for your brief description about the SDG 9. So,
That's
ladies
good.
and
Thank you.
gentlemen, yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, as we move on to the next participant, please allow me to introduce to you Mr. Savant Anurag Ramakrishna of Sapkal College of Engineering, Nashik, to present SDG 10. Mr. Anurag?
Okay, thanks for the intro.
Yes, you can proceed.
Okay, so good evening to one and all, and a warm welcome. So today here I am present here to present my SDG number 10. So next slide, please. Sorry, please hit on that link. So again and again, the SDG definition is quite being told by everyone. A short intro. SDG was developed in 2015, whereas the UN kept 17 points for sustainable development and the well-being, whereas the most of the countries have signed in for it, and they have targeted for 2030, and each goal has a specific target to be achieved. Next slide, please. So beginning with my presentation, first of all, I would like to say, if the goal means just the number of the each and every goal is different, the name is different, but they just come one country, means they are just interlinked to each other. Next slide, please. So today here I am going to present about the number point 10 as a reducing inequality. So just begin with the SDG aims for the upgrading income equality within a country and beyond on various bases. The goal also addresses inequality between the country's migration and aid for the development on the various bases of the age, sex, and the disability, races, birth, religion, and economic and other status. So this SDG 10 points says that uh, giving the equal right to each and everyone and treating to the each and everyone with an equally. Next slide, please. So these are the target rates. Means previously I have talked about it. Means income growth, economic and political influence, and these are the points where we have to means each and every one of us should be achieved through this goal. Next slide, please. So the challenging part of this part means overall this comes here. The types of inequality still are there. Income inequality, whether you have seen means most of the men are getting paid higher rather than the women are getting less paid in the workplaces area, where a few rights of the few group of the peoples are getting more and more, and the few rights of the or to the other community or the group of the people are getting the less in the various sources. In the age of as per the age, the inequality is there, gender equality is there, races and race and the religion as well as the color means we have, if we just turn on the history pages, we have came to the color, religion, and this all races inequalities. But now today on the means today this date, the few things are quite become less to the inequality. Each and everyone is treating somehow equal to the each other. Next slide, please. Solution. So here is a solution how this means inequality can be removed or just can be just vanishes and treated each and everyone equally. So the first of all, the thing is about the quality education to the equally and to each and everyone. Second, it says about the 14 life online and that and about the means for example, good health and well-being point there is that means if you are getting a hospital treatment, whether it is by the government or the any other organization, that should be treated equally, reducing in the cost and various purposes we can do it for. Next slide, please. Here is the solution and the benefits. Those who are means poor or those who can't afford the lights and that all. So this is a short real-time example where just a simply water bottle can be used as a light source, and this is again a second one image where it can be just utilizing a small circuit at a night time also. This lamp can be used. These are the few means a small steps through which we can achieve this goal. And through this achieving this goal, not only one goal is targeted, a lot of goal is targeted. At the left hand side you can see my presentation, there is a 11 sustainable cities and communication. So this goal can be achieved. And again the 9th one and the 7th one, whereas the industry innovation and a lot more things will be come on in the front of, and due to this employment will be there trigger. Next slide, please. So this is again one more real-time example, whereas the augmented reality AR and VR we can use to say it. This is used for the teaching the medical field student, whereas in the second in images, means a humanoid robot is used for patients, means a paralyzed patient or the patient who is suffering for the various disease they can't be walk. So this exercise can be treated with the robot. So where the manpower is just missing or just the manpower is less, so these robots and this way we can use the robots and that all for our goals to achieving the goals, and equally we can bring one and all on an equal level and the sustainable development. Middle of the presentation there is one images where this prosthetic leg is been developed by the few students. Those means those whose hands or the legs are paralyzed or they can't move their hands or look, using this prosthetic legs they can use and move on to their lifelong journey. And the right hand side there is a short clip about a zip line robotics, or you can say drone technology, where it just drops packages, where it's a medical packages or any aid packages to the needy people. So yeah, it delivers faster rather than a road communication through the air to delivery. Next slide, please. And thanks you for giving me a chance for the presentation.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Anurag, for your brief description about SDG 10. And
thanks a lot.
That's a wonderful presentation. So, ladies and gentlemen, as we move on to the next participant, please allow me to introduce to you Ms. Linsha Pusparaj of Stella Maris College of Engineering, present SDG 11. Ms. Linsha?
Am I audible, sir?
Yes, you are audible and you can start with the presentation.
Okay, sir. Hello, everyone. I'm Linsha Pushparaj, second year mechanical engineering student. It's my privilege to speak about make cities and human settlements inclusive, safe, resilient, and sustainable. So, next slide. Okay, what is sustainable development? Sustainable development is a way of meeting the needs of the present without compromising the ability of future generations. to meet their own needs. It involves balancing economic, social, and environmental consideration to ensure that development is not only economically viable but also socially equitable and environmentally responsible. Sustainable Development Goal 11 is one of the 70 global goals established by United Nations in 2015 as a part of the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development. SDG 11 aims to make cities and human settlements inclusive, safe, resilient, and sustainable. It emphasizes the importance of creating cities and communities that are livable, equitable, and environmental friendly. So next slide. Sustainable urbanization. What do I mean by urbanization? Urbanization refers to the process by which an increasing proportion of a population lives in urban area, resulting in the growth and expansion of cities and towns. It involves the migration of people from rural areas to urban centers, driven by factors such as employment opportunity, improved infrastructure, and better living standard available in cities. Urbanization is often accompanied by changes in land use, demographic, and socio-economic dynamics with urban areas. SDG 11 promotes sustainable urbanization by ensuring access to adequate and affordable housing, transportation system, and basic service for all residents. It seeks to address the challenge of rapid urbanization, including slum proliferation, inadequate infrastructure, and environmental degradation. Slum proliferation means the rapid growth and spread of informal settlements or slums within urban area. This phenomenon often occurs due to factors such as rapid urbanization, poverty, inadequate housing policies, lack of access to basic service like water and sanitation, and limited affordable housing options. Slum proliferation possesses significant challenges to urban development, public health, and social stability, requiring comprehensive strategies to address housing and infrastructure needs in a sustainable manner. So next slide. Okay, inclusive and safe cities. We all know that our country is not at all safe. Day by day, crimes are increasing. So one of the main goals is to reduce the crimes happening now. The goal aims to create inclusive and safe cities and communities that provide opportunity for all residents, regardless of age, gender, income, or disability. This includes promoting social cohesion, reducing crime and violence, and ensuring access to public spaces, services for vulnerable population. So next slide, please. Resilience to disaster and climate change. We all know that our climatic condition is not at all good. Our hot is increasing and it is not bearable. SDG 11 emphasized the importance of building and resilience to disaster and climate change in cities and human settlements. This involves implementing measures to reduce the risk of natural and human-made disasters, such as flood, earthquake, and extreme weather events, and ensuring that infrastructures and buildings are designed to withstand such risk. So next slide. Environmental sustainability. The call calls for cities
Mr. Tanu, the slides are rolling.
Okay, environmental.
Yes, wait, Linsha.
Okay, okay.
Yes, you can proceed. Linsha, you can proceed.
Oh, so next slide. Okay, environmental sustainability. The goal calls for cities and communities to adopt sustainability practice in areas such as waste management, energy use, transportation, and land use planning. Access to green and public spaces. It is good to use more green components rather than using energy. SDG 11 advocates for the creation of green and public spaces in cities and communities such as park, garden, and recreation area, heritage preservation, and cultural diversity. The goal recognizes the importance of preserving cultural heritage and promoting cultural diversity and human settlements. So next slide. Okay. 3.5 billion people live in cities today. By 2030, almost 60% of the world's population will live in urban areas. 828 million people live in slums today, and the number keeps rising. The world's cities occupies just 2% of the Earth's land, but account for 60 to 80% of energy consumption and 75% of carbon emission. Rapid urbanization is exerting pressure on freshwater supplies, sewage, the living environment, and public health. But the high density of cities can bring efficiency gain and technological innovation while reducing resources and energy consumption. Cities have the potential to either dissipate the distribution of energy or optimize their efficiency by reducing energy consumption and adopting green energy system. For instance, Lhasa, China has turned itself into a solar-powered city. In its central district, 99% of households already use solar water heater. 68% of India's total population lives in rural area. By 2030, India is expected to be home to 6 megacities within population above 10 million. Currently, 70% of India's urban population lives in slums. And by 2030, 6 out of 10 people will live in cities. So next slide. How is SDG 11 connected with energy? Energy is a key part of SDG 11, which includes targets to increase the number of cities that adopt and implement policies and plans that reduces resources use and environmental impact, while also offering access to basic services, energy, housing, transportation, and green public spaces. So next slide, please. So next slide. Okay, factors which connect SDG 11 with energy. Access to clean energy. Access to clean energy refers to the availability and affordability of energy source that produces minimal environmental impact, such as renewable energy like solar, wind, hydraulic energy, etc., and low carbon technology. It's essential for sustainable development, reducing pollution, and combating climate changes. Governments, environments, organizations, and communities worldwide are working to improve access to clean energy to ensure a more sustainable future. Energy efficiency in building and infrastructure. Energy efficiency and infrastructure involves designing, construction, and operating structure and system to minimize energy consumption while maintaining comfort, safety, and functionality. This includes implementing measures like better insulation, efficient heating and cooling system, energy efficient lighting, and smart technologies for monitoring and controlling energy use. Transport and mobility. Transport and mobility encompasses the movement of people and goods from one place to another using various modes of transportation such as car, bus, train, bicycle, and more recently electric scooter and shared mobility service. Efficient and sustainable transportation system aim to reduce congestion and lower emission, improve safety, and enhances accessibility. This can be achieved through measures like promoting public transportation, developing infrastructure for walking. Resilience to climate change refers to the ability of communities, ecosystem, and infrastructure to withstand and recover from the impact of climate change. This includes extreme weather events and heat waters, as well as long-term changes such as rising sea levels and shifting weather patterns. Community engagement and participation involve community members in decision-making process, problem solving, and the development of initiatives that affect their lives. This approach recognizes the importance of local knowledge, perspective, and experience in addressing challenges and creating sustainable solutions. Integrated urban planning. Integrated urban planning involves a holistic approach to city development that considers various aspects such as land use, transportation, housing, infrastructure, environmental, economy, and social equality. Rather than treating these elements in isolation, integrated urban planning seeks to coordinate and harmonize them to create more sustainable, livable, and resilient cities. So next slide. In conclusion, the endeavor to make cities and human settlements inclusive, safe, resilient, and sustainable is paramount for fostering thriving communities and safeguarding our planet's future. By prioritizing collaboration, innovation, we can build environment that accommodate diverse needs, mitigate risk, and promote well-being for all residents. It's essential to continue investing in infrastructure, fostering community engagement, and implementing forward-thinking strategies to ensure that our cities evolve into resilient hubs of opportunity, where every individual can thrive while preserving the ecological balance for generations to come. Thank you. Thank you all.
Yes, thank you, Ensavtalks, for your presentation about the SDG endeavor. So, ladies and gentlemen, moving on to the next participant, please allow me to introduce you, Mr. Sai Dinesh of Sri Venkateswara College of Technology to present SDG 12. Mr. Sai Dinesh.
Sir, shall I share my screen?
You wanted to share your screen?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Mr. Tanu, Mr. Sai Dinesh wants to share his screen and take corrections for that. Mr. Tanush. Yes. Sai Dinesh, you can share your PPT.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Sai Dinesh, have you started to share?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, make it fast.
So, greetings to everyone. I am Sai Dinesh from Sri Venkateswara College of Technology.
Mr. Sai Dinesh,
So, as a
please
part
hold on.
of India Energy Interconnected.
Mr. Sai, please hold on.
Yes, yes, sir.
Your PPT is not visible in the screen.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yes. Just give F5. F5. Execute your file.
Yes, sir. Is it visible now, sir?
Yeah, it is
the
visible,
PPT
but
visible
the full
now,
screen
sir?
is not. See, full screen is not visible. You can give F5.
Yes, sir. Yes. Yes.
Can you press F5 and execute F5?
Yes.
Dinesh, Mr. Sai Dinesh, actually you are facing a network.
Yes, sir.
We will press screen.
Mr. Sai
So
Dinesh?
sorry for the inconvenience. Better you will share, sir. I'll present.
Yeah, we will share the
I'll
PPT and you
present,
can
sir.
proceed with your presentation. Okay. Yes, Mr. Tanush, please share
Yes,
the
sir. Yes, sir.
presentation.
Sir, extremely sorry for the inconvenience, sir.
Yes, you can proceed.
Yes, sir. So greetings to everyone. I am Sadhinesh from Sri Venkateshwara College of Technology. So as a part of Indian Energy Interconnected Talk series based on energy interconnected with SDG, so I'm going to put on the goal, which is actually responsible consumption and production of energy and also other material consumption. So this is of the Sustainable Development Goal 12, which is actually initiated in the year 2015 by United Nations as a part of the Agenda 2030, which means it is actually the responsible consumption of materials in order to efficiently use the energy and also in order to enhance the sustainable development for the sustainment of energy resources. So let's see how the Sustainable Development Goal aims to improve the sustainable consumption of energy and also the production patterns. So actually this focuses on ensuring sustainable consumption of energy and also the production patterns on different kinds of materials consumed and also the energy that is utilized for making these materials. So it also ensures that the unsustainable consumption and production practices, it will actually have significant environmental, social, and economic implications. So for example, if we are producing a material or if an industry is it is actually manufacturing a material, so we have to imagine how much energy is utilized or how much factors have been used in efficient utilization of the manufacturing of this material and also the energy utilized and also the production patterns that have been used. So if we see the International Energy Agency World Energy Outlook for 2023, we can actually see that the global GDP for the energy consuming pattern, our India stands at 9th place. And also United States, it is actually standing in the first place, which means they are actually highly utilizing energy. And now they have changed their energy transition from non-renewable to renewable, which means renewable, it is actually sustainable source of energy. So which means the Sustainable Development Goal 12, it has actually started its impact from the year 2015 to 2023. So it also actually focuses on resource efficiency, which means we have to efficiently use the resources so that it will not get depleted. So we have an example for companies like Interface, which is actually a global flooring manufacturer. So they have implemented strategies for resource consumption. So what they have did is while manufacturing flooring products, they have ensured that they have an innovative product design and recycling initiatives so that resources will not get depleted at faster rates. And also they have adapted themselves from non-renewable energy sources to renewable energy sources, which means we have a sustainable supply of energy sources. And also when it comes to waste reduction, we have examples like Sweden. So Sweden, it is actually a leading example of waste management, where they have actually have a circular economy, which is they are having a recycling rate of 99% for household waste. So for example, we have actually seen the waste management of dustbins, which means we have non-biodegradable and biodegradable resources. So like that, actually had a circular economy in which they have actually recycled the non-biodegradable waste, and they have actually efficiently utilized those waste by creating innovative products, and also they have ensured recycling and composting. So, and also they had waste to energy plants. So as a part of Sustainable Development Goal 12, we also actually have sustainable consumption. For that, we have examples like Airbnb and Uber. So instead of using our private transport, which actually increases the carbon emissions and other kinds of factors, they are actually promoting public transportation. So which means public transportation will implement accommodation and transportation for us instead of us having our own private transportation, due to which we can actually reduce the efficient consumption of energy that is actually increasing worldwide, and also the harmful carbon emissions, which is leading to greenhouse emissions, and also the global warming will actually significantly reduce from in the upcoming years. And as a part of 2030 agenda, this is actually an efficient solution. Next slide. Sir, next slide, please. So actually we have importance of sustainable consumption and production. So as a part of this Sustainable Development Goal 12, we can actually have significant advantages, like we can reduce cost. For example, if we have a product and the product has already been depleted, and if we are recycling it, we can actually reduce the cost in producing it. Instead of manufacturing a new material, we can actually recycle a old material in a circular economy, by which we can actually reduce cost. And also we can enhance the competitiveness and build resilience to environmental risk. So we have numerous kinds of environmental risks, such as climate change, and also we have increasing global carbon emissions, and also we have pollution. So we have significant environmental risk. So in order to build sustainable solutions, and in order to promote sustainable utilization of energy, so that energy will not get depleted in the future years, so we have to promote this Sustainable Development Goal 12. So we have significant examples for that. So according to Ellen MacArthur Foundation, so they're actually transitioning a circular economy, which I have told you before. Circular economy stands for recycling. So it refers to the process of recycling. So through recycling, we could actually generate $4.5 trillion in economic profits by economic benefits by 2030, due to which many can be benefited from this economy. And also the World Bank actually estimates us that the air and water pollution cost will actually reduce to low and middle income countries around 4.6 trillion annually, and it is equaling to 6.2% of their GDP. So as I have said you before, the annual energy use consumption GDP of the countries is actually significantly increased in the year 2023, as we can refer the Global Energy Transition Outlook. So due to this Sustainable Development Goal, we have a significant advantage. And also the sustainable practices by businesses, it can actually lead us to cost savings. So instead of manufacturing a new product, we can actually recycle an old product, due to which we can actually have savings. So Walmart, which is actually a blockchain based solution, it actually has a 1 billion economy, 1 billion annually, by implementing energy efficiency methods in its operations. And also we have International Labor Organization reports, which actually estimates that the transition to a green economy, it is actually significantly increasing to create 24 million new jobs globally by 30. So we are actually in the step gradually to achieve the 2030 agenda. So this is actually the transition that we are seeing through Sustainable Development Goal 12. Next slide. Sir, next slide, sir. So this is actually the real-time data that we can see. So the research based on the Sustainable Development Goal 12 has actually increased in the years from 2015. So you can actually see the rates from 2015 to 2019. after which the Sustainable Development Goal 12, it has actually been established. So after the 2015, the output, impact, and collaboration of different kinds of industries and the high income countries, low income countries, and also the regions, and also the research societies, they have actually significantly contributed to in order to make aware, in order to make human population aware of this Sustainable Development Goal 12, and also the sustainable development measures that have been taken part as a part of this SDG 12 has actually significantly increased, as we can see in this data. So this is actually the number of publications, number of research publications that have been issued based on this Sustainable Development Goal 12. So we can actually see 84,127 publications being published in period. And in that, we can actually have 61.7% of publications from high income locations, and also from academic corporate collaborations, we have 2%, and 11.6% from compound annual growth rate in the period. So the compound annual growth rate in the period is actually 11.6%, which I'll explain you later. And also we have other kinds of significant growth in the rates. So the publications have been increasing, and the significant research, it has been increasing. So the major contributors, as we can see, is US, United Kingdom, India, and Italy. And we also have other countries who are significantly contributing in researching this Sustainable Development Goal in order to achieve the 2030 agenda. So which we can see consistently in the upcoming slides. So, sir, next slide. So as a part of this Sustainable Development Goal 12, which actually aims to have responsible energy consumption and production patterns, we actually have significant advantages in this. So we actually have the impact of policy changes. So many countries, they have actually implemented policies and regulations to provide sustainable consumption and production. So as we have already seen, due to the GDP data and other kinds of factors such as the increase in the research publications, so these things have significantly impacted in the lives of people. So people have been increasingly starting to get aware of this Sustainable Development Goals, and they have started to try to implement these goals worldwide. And this is have been significantly an achievement. So, and also, for example, we have European Union who had introduced directives like the Waste Framework Directive and Circular Economy Action Plan. So, Waste Framework, it is actually stands for the sewage water and other kinds of wastewater which have been factorized by the factors like pollution. So the polluted water and other kinds of wastewaters, they have been circulated in the recycled plant, and they have been utilized to make them efficiently recycled in order to get clean water supply. And also it aims to reduce the waste generation and promote recycling. So recycling is actually an important factor that is used as criteria as a part of this Sustainable Development Goal 12. And also when it comes to corporate responsibility, so we have capitalism, which means capitalists are influencing this world, and also they influence majorly on the economy of this world.
Mr. Sai?
So their part in making this, sir?
Yeah, you have been presenting
Yes,
more
sir?
than 10 minutes. You have been presenting more than 10 minutes, so please make it fast.
Yes, sir, yes, sir. So when it comes to corporate responsibility, so the corporate companies, they have been increasingly contributing to make this Sustainable Development Goal 12 spread worldwide. And also when it comes to consumer awareness, it actually tries to impact consumers about the environmental and social impacts of their purchasing decisions. So when it comes to purchasing non-biodegradable products, they have to get increasingly aware that when it comes to disposing or when it comes to consumption of waste, they have to significantly contribute so that the environment will not get polluted, and also the efficient utilization and recycling of resources will consistently happen, which will lead to the fulfilling of 2030 agenda. So these are the major factors that have been covered through this. And also when it comes to innovation, we have seen major companies like Tesla and other countries. And also when it comes to global collaboration, United Nations Global Compact, it actually brings businesses to significantly contribute towards this Sustainable Development Goal 12. Next slide, sir. So now we have entered to how Sustainable Development Goal 12 is interconnected to energy. So when it comes to interconnected to energy, we have two major factors like we have many factors like energy consumption in production processes. So this is actually an important factor which have to be implemented in production processes so that we can actually efficiently use the consumption of energy, so that significant amount of energy loss will be reduced in the further years. So for that, actually innovative ideas and solutions have been consistently implemented in the manufacturing area. And also the manufacturing area is significantly contributing for this. So we have significant examples like Toyota, who are actually implementing energy efficient practices. And also they have energy saving technologies like LED lighting, and we have efficient heating and cooling systems, and also automated processes. And also when it comes to International Energy Agency, they have estimating that industry accounts for also approximately 37% of global energy consumption. So it is actually making this as a crucial sector for promoting energy efficiency and to reduce carbon emissions. So as I have said you this before, this is a major factor to reduce carbon emissions, to reduce the natural resource pollution, and also for efficient energy consumption to promote sustainable development. And also we have renewable energy transition. For this, I can explain you two important examples like renewable energy policy network for 21st century, which actually estimates that renewable energy sources accounted for nearly 28.5% of global electricity generation in 2020, which explains how importantly the renewable energy global energy transition is actually increasing, and it is actually impacting the world in promoting this Sustainable Development Goal 12. So next slide. So next slide. And also we have other factors like energy efficiency in consumption. So this we actually know. So I can explain you through two examples. Like Energy Star certified refrigerators, they actually use 9 to 10% less energy than standard models. So as I have said you, innovative solutions and innovative updations that have been done in the traditional electronic appliances or other kinds of appliances that we use. So they are actually aimed to do less energy consumption, and they have efficiency compared to traditional standard models. This is actually the significant development that we have seen after implementation of the Sustainable Development Goal 12. And also according to International Energy Agency, so they actually estimate that energy efficient measures in buildings, appliances, and industry, they could through that we can actually reduce global energy demand by 15% by 2040. So this will actually highlight the potential impact of energy efficiency. And also when it comes to circular economy, which I have said you before, which actually stands for recycling, we actually have waste to energy facilities which actually convert municipal solid waste. So municipal solid waste, which is actually one of the major criteria.
For inconvenience, you need to complete. We move on to next.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm extremely sorry for the inconvenience. Yes, sir. I'll finish, sir. So, yes, sir. So when it comes to circular economy and energy recovery, we actually have World Biogas Organization. So we can actually know what is a biogas. And biogas is actually the efficient utilization of the biodegradable waste that we actually have. So from that, we actually produce biogas. So through this, we can actually reduce the greenhouse gas emissions by 2030, which actually implements the efficient utilization of the organic waste for energy production. So next slide. So next slide, sir. So we all actually know that through this Sustainable Development Goal 12, so through recycling process, we actually have access to clean energy. So it actually promotes the access to clean energy, and we actually have real life examples. So next slide. So last but not the least, I explained these all these 8 targets, which actually promotes the sustainable development goal 12 and its implementation. So we actually have implement the 10-year sustainable consumption and production framework. So this is actually implemented in the this have been started to implemented in the high income countries, and also it had been consistently spread all over worldwide. And also when it comes to target 12.2, we actually have sustainable management and use of natural resources. So the efficient utilization of natural resources for recycling and the efficient usage in order to reduce the energy consumption and also the renewable energy transition, it has been actually increased worldwide consistently and gradually. And also we have half global per capita food waste. So the food waste it also efficiently utilized. So when it comes to biogas production, we can actually efficiently use this food waste. And also when it comes to responsible management of chemicals and waste, so a consolidation of the responsible management of chemicals and waste is actually an important responsibility that we should actually have. So this will actually lead to hazardous environmental factors. So this is an important factor. We have to dispose it properly. And also we have directives in order to responsibly dispose these chemicals and waste. And also we have substantially reduced waste generation, encourage companies to adopt sustainable practices and sustainability reporting. And also we have promote sustainable public procurement practices. And also we have promote universal understanding of sustainable lifestyles. And also we have support developing countries' scientific and technological capacity for sustainable consumption. And we have tools, and also we have remove market distortions that encourage wasteful consumption. So we aim to have the proper efficient consumption of the waste. So through recycling, we have to ensure this sustainable development goal is properly implemented. So next slide. So this is actually the real life data from 2019 and 2020. So the national recycling rate has been significantly increased. And also we have household organics collection. So this household organics collection is actually an important factor for making biogas. And this has been actually increased. Yes, sir, I finished, sir. So sir, next slide.
We have to give chances to other
Yes, sir,
participants also. So
extremely
please wind
sorry,
up.
sir. Yes, sir, extremely sorry, sir. So next slide. Sir, next slide, sir.
Oh, this is last slide.
Okay, sir. So thank you so much, everyone. I'm extremely sorry for the inconvenience produced due to the extra time taken by me. So thank you so much. Thank you so much for the wonderful opportunity provided by IGEN and MGR University. So thank you so much. Thank you so much, everyone, for organizing this. To everyone who organized this event, thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Sai Dinesh, for your brief introduction about SDG point 12. So, ladies and gentlemen, without any delay, I would like to welcome Ms. Monica P. of KIT Kalangar Karnataka Institute of Technology, Coimbatore, to present SDG 13. Ms. Monica?
Sir, I wish to share my screen.
You wish to share your screen? Okay. Mr. Tanush, Ms. Monica wanted to share her screen. Please make arrangements for that. Yes, Ms. Monica, you can share your screen.
Yes, good to everyone. I'm Monica from KIT Coimbatore, pursuing second year EEE. Among 17 global goals for sustainable development, I prefer to talk about the Goal 13, climate action. We are urging to take action, combat climate change and its effect. Climate change is having profound consequence on the biodiversity of our planet and also on the people's lives. It is to reduce short-lived climate pollutants can prevent 0.6 degrees Celsius of warmth by 2050. This is also a threat to species as basic needs of lives were affected by the climate action. It increases water shortage in already water-stressed region, and it leads to agriculture droughts and ecological droughts, which increases the vulnerability of an ecosystem. This is what happens in this world. Although it is not unknown with uncertainty what will happen, one thing is clear that or about million species is danger of extinction due to the climate change. Climate change leads to deadly storm, wildfires, flood, heat waves, infection outbreaks. It also affects the entire ecological system. Deforestation, decay of building materials and pines, damage lakes and streams. And it also affect the non-living materials. Corrosion of metals affect the human lungs and causes illness. To fix the earth, the sector has to find new ways to modernize power plants, generate clean electricity, burn less gasoline driving. I believe that everything starts from one person, but the result comes from the group of people. These are the solutions help the earth to help us, which might be followed by an individual. Fly less, this reduces air pollution. Be energy efficient, it reduces the burning of coal. Eco drive, choose renewable power. According to the greenhouse theory of climate change, the climate system will be resorted to equilibrium by a warming of the surface troposphere system and a cooling by the troposphere. The predicted change during the next few decades could fall exist natural climate variation in historical times. I am very happy to say that the Prime Minister take the pledge that India will install 50% of non-fossil fuel sources for power generation. In the next 5 years, India is also tapping into new and advanced energy sources like green hydrogen energy, which brings down carbon emission. The goal of SDG 13. The objective is to prepare ourselves to face the impact of climate change, lay the foundation for the emission neutral economy, and accompany the most vulnerable groups in the transition process. Climate change is a real and undeniable threat to our entire civilization. The effects are already visible and will be used unless we act now. Through education, innovation, and adherence to our climate commitments, we can make the necessary changes to protect the planet. These changes also provide huge opportunity to modernize our infrastructure, which will create new jobs and promote greater prosperities across the globe. The targets of SDG 13: strengthen resilience and adaptive capacity to climate-related disaster, integrate climate change measures into policies and planning, build knowledge and capacity to meet climate change, implement the UN Framework Convention on Climate Change, promote mechanisms to raise capacity for planning and management in least developed countries and small island developing states, including focusing on women, youth, and local and marginalized communities. Things to do: recycle paper, glass, plastic, metals, and old electronics. Composting food plants can reduce climate impact while also recycling nutrients. Choose reusable products. Use an eco bag for shopping and a reusable water bottle or a cup to reduce our plastic waste. Buy eco-friendly products. Read the packaging to see if products are produced in an eco-friendly way. Bike, walk, or take public transport. Save the car trips for when you have got a big group. Consume less meat and become vegetarian for 1 day a week. The meat production industry has a huge impact on the environment. Reduce your use of paper. Avoid printing and substitute it with electronic devices or carriers. Don't shop for pets. Visit your local animal shelter and adopt an animal there. Offset your carbon emission. You can calculate your carbon footprints and purchase climate credits from Climate Neutral Now. These are the events conducted to achieve Goal 13. To inform you and educate people on how to contribute, help, and be responsible for climate change, which were already started under the name of Action Towards UN SDG Goals. These are the images which related to the goals. The first images was the event conducted under the name of Green Horizon to make awareness of climate change. Remaining images shows the event conducted by the Institution of Green Engineers to promote the Goal 13. With this, I conclude this speech. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Ms. Monica P, for your short and clear explanation about SDG 3. Such a wonderful presentation. So,
Thank
ladies and
you.
gentlemen, as we move on to the next participant, please welcome Neeraj of Aditya Engineering College to present SDG 14. Mr.
Yes, sir.
Neeraj, yes,
Yes,
you
sir.
are
Yes, sir.
audible and you are visible. You can start the
Thank you, sir.
presentation.
Thank you, sir. First screen.
Yes, please
PPT.
hold on. The host will share you the screen. Mr. Tanuj, can we get the PPT presentation of Mr. Neeraj?
Sir, it's
Neeraj,
visible.
you can proceed.
Sir. I am Neeraj. I am from Aditya Engineering College from East Godavari. Today I am discuss about life below water. Next slide. Sir. The life below water in the global goal. The world ocean plays an essential part in human survival. Without water, life is impossible because oceans are the planet's life support as they provide food, water, and help regulate the weather. Next slide, sir. The main aim is to be SDG 14 to reduce all marine pollution by 2025 and to conserve marine and coastal ecosystem. Uh, Next slide, sir. The great challenge of uh, overfishing, climate change, pollution, and habitat losses have taken a tribal toll, where fishing stocks and the livelihood of the hundreds of millions who depend on them. But there is another problem that Sladam mentioned: apathy. Second slide. Next slide, sir. You can protect the life below water by reducing marine pollution, protect and restore ecosystem, and sustainable fishing. Next slide, sir. And also conserve coastal and marine areas, increases the ecosystem benefits from sustainable use of marine resources, and also subsidies contribution to our fish. The reduced consumption of fishing overall and explore alternative sources of protein to lessen demand on threatened fish species. Next slide, sir. Activities for and against our goal. Only by species that are not threatened by overfishing. A large part of environment pollution is the trash to trash areas. Next slide, sir. Those are the friendly countries in the world: uh, Swiss, Denmark, Malta, Sweden, Swiss, and Frankreich. Next slide, sir. Uh, Throw garbage in the garbage and do not throw it into sea. And also Sustainable Development and Sustainable Development Goal 14 connect with energy in various ways. Renewable energy integration, embracing renewable energy align with both sustainable development by reducing reliance on non-renewable resources. Second one is energy access for coastal communication communities. Providing clean energy access to coastal communities support sustainable development while aiding in the conservation of marine resources. And third one is energy efficient practices. Implementing energy efficient uh, technologies and practice, whether in a coastal industries or marine transportation, contribute to sustainable development by reducing energy consumption, cutting emission, and minimizing the ecological footprint on ocean and marine ecosystem. And the fourth one is resources and innovations. Investing in energy resources and innovative forest sustainable development by promoting cleaner energy technology and solutions. This can lead to advertisements in renewable energy, generations, and storage and distribution benefits both terrestrial and marine environment. Next slide, sir. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Neeraj, for your short and sweet presentation about SDG 13. So as we move on to the next participant, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Roger Donald of St. Xavier's Catholic College of Engineering, Kanyakumari, to present SDG.
Hello, am I audible, sir?
Yes, you are audible, but you are not.
Is that audible? My audible is clear.
Mr. Tanush, he will present the screen. Mr. Tanush, he will present the screen.
Roger, you are audible, but you were not visible. So switch on your video, start your presentation. Roger?
Sir, my presentation is not in with me.
Oh,
Okay,
your
I can. I will share. Yeah. Okay.
Roger? Mr. Roger Donald. Mr. Roger, are you here?
Yes, sir. Yeah. I'm just trying to share my screen here.
Yes. If you're facing some issues, we will present the screen for you. That's why we're asking.
Yes, sir. You can share, sir. Yeah.
Yes. Mr. Tanush, please present his presentation. He is unable to proceed. Yes. Mr. Roger?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Yes, you can switch on your
That's
video
my
and start your
presentation.
presentation.
Yeah, that's my presentation. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good evening to 100% here. Sir, am I audible?
Yes, you are audible and visible. Mr. Thanush, please execute the file so that it can be visible to everyone.
Okay, sir. Can I slide show full screen, sir? Yeah.
Yeah, just wait for a moment.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Yes, you can
Yeah.
proceed.
Yeah, I am J. Roj Ronald from St. Xavier's Catholic College of Engineering, Kanyakumari. And I had a talk in SDG 15, Life on Land. Okay. Before we enter into this topic, I just need to say something about one thing. We have a lot of problems. We have a lot of problems in all over the world, and we have a lot of problems in our home and colleges, in a lot of working areas. We have a lot of problems. Am I right? But we have these are all not a big problems. We have a lot of big problem in this whole world that's called climate action. Okay, climate change. But I'm not going to talk about climate change. From WW World Wide Web, they are saying we have a big problem called climate action. Okay. Before we enter into this topic, I just need to say something. We have having a lot of problems, but climate change is one of the major problem. Okay, then why we are not even thinking about the climate action? Okay, I just listening. The summer has come. We can not able to go outside of our home, or we can not able to not even go without because the temperature is too high. Okay, in summer also it's maybe the same reason, summer and winter. And why we, and apart from we have a big issue, why we are not even thinking about this? I'm just asking a question. And for this answer, I just found one answer. We are just adaptable. That is one of the main reason. Okay, during summer season, we are just simply turning off our fans, and we have shelter to protect from our sunlight, and we are just adaptable. During winter season, also this is the main reason. But life on land is not only for our humans. It's all about all living organisms that lives in our earth. Am I right? So the climate action is not only for us, and the planet Earth is not only for us. So we just need to think about it. So that's one of the main reason why I just told like this. Okay. So because in Antarctica, the ices are melting. It's up to near up to 20% of ices were melt. But the polar bears can't do anything because they are not even adaptable. But we are just adaptable. Though for the main reason, we are just not even thinking about climate action. That's one of the main reason. Okay. Okay, sir. Next slide. So that's what I'm saying. Life on land is not only for us; it's for each and every living organisms from our planets. Okay. We have what is the SDGs? Land on Earth means protect, restore, and promote sustainable use of traditional ecosystem, sustainable management, forests, and deforestations, and that's of biodiversity losses. Next slide. Yeah. Okay, these are the abstract. I was in that in before. Next slide. Okay. Okay, we just need to protect. We have lot of reasons for our climate action, and we have lot of we just need to protect. We have to. We are just these are all the man-made disasters. Okay, these are the man-made disasters like cutting down trees and drafting. It's one of the we have lot of drafting. I'm just here mention about the groundwater level drafting. We are just pumping the motors, and we are consuming a lot of groundwater level water. So that's one of the main reason for our drafting. Okay, it's also leads to rise in temperature of our earth. Okay, that's one of the main reasons. When we are just consuming water from groundwater level, we have just increasing our earth temperatures too. And one of the another man-made disaster is forest fire. It's not only it's by the man. Okay, during in Amazon forest also one of the major action caused by in 2022. It's man-made disaster. It's they are using petrol to flame. That's it. And we have solution for this also. We are not even we can cutting down trees means we can able to plant more trees. And during we are just consuming water from groundwater level means we are just have two methods. So one of the reverse osmosis project, salt water is converted into another water. That's one of the solution. Or we have a rainwater harvesting is one of the biggest projects. During rainy season, we can be able to store water. Okay, yeah, that's one of the main reasons. Okay, next. And restore is a simple thing. We can just taking effort on just growing up plants and trees and avoiding fire equipments like that's one of the restoring methods. Okay, next slide. And promoting sustainable use of traditional economics, like we can be able to switch to CO2 carbon emitting vehicles to the e-vehicles, and or we can able to consume the solar equipments. That's one of in future this may be going to be cheaper. So this is the initial state of electric vehicle, so it may be costlier than now, but in future it may be much more difficult. And plastic, here I just saying about the bioplastics. Like we have lot of companies, okay, a lot of companies like grains, அதாவது நவதானியங்கள்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. Maybe they not even from leaves, they are generating lots of bioplastics like grains and nuts too. That's one of the main products that's biodegradable. And we are just a sustainable traditional ecosystem. We have just good wind. That's a vertical wind turbine model. It's an agro tree vertical wind turbine model. It's one of the very, very eco-friendly one of the tree model. And we can switch to renewable resources like wind, solar, etc. Next. And sustainable management forest is one of the major drawback of our planet on Earth. Planet on. Yes, yeah. Next slide. So we just need to plant more trees. And the previous I just before the drafting is one of the major problem. So we just need to save water. Yeah. Next slide. And biodiversity loss, it's one another process, because on the way I say that the soil strength and its nutrition is much more different because of consuming lot of coal fuels like petroleum. We consuming a lot of from that, so it's biodiversity. And not even we can able to protect, we can able to do a lot of farming to improve our it's not only for us, for each and every living organisms to farming, so we can able to improve our earthworms too. Earthworm we can biodegradable, and the waste is collected from that farming we can able to regenerate, and we can able to biodegradable to the sand. It may be helpful to worms, snakes, and rats. It may be useful. Okay. It also gives nutrition to our soil too. It's one of the next slide. Okay. And this is our conclusion: planting more trees to improve our oxygen level and try to reduce the CO2 emissions. Rise in CO2 emissions leads to rise in temperature. So we can able to reduce our climate change. And eco-friendly, we are just talking about the renewable resources like electric vehicle, vertical wind turbines, and we have a lot of projects. Okay, next, and say groundwater level is one of the major. We just need to think about it, because the groundwater level is just cooling our core of the earth. Okay, we just need to think about it. So if we start more water means it leads to a rise in temperature of our planet. We can not able to survive in summer. That's what I say. And farming is one of the major important thing that's we want to think about it. Okay, next slide. Yeah. And by the way, I say that polar bears, they can't do anything, because 80 to the 30% of the ices were melt. They are living in ices melt. So rise in temperature. Yeah, that's land is not only for us. I'm just saying about in cooling areas and in desert areas also is rising more to 30 to 40% of rise in temperature. Thus, we need to think about it. Yeah, next. Yeah, next other slides are okay. Then we can able to save our earth. Yeah. Okay, thank you.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Roger Donald, for your wonderful presentation. Next participant, ladies and gentlemen, join me in welcoming Miss Kanishka from Dr. MGR Education and Research Institute, Chennai. Miss Kanishka, are you here?
Yes, sir. Am I audible?
Yes, you're audible, but you are not visible. Kindly switch on your video. Yes, you are visible. Yes, you can proceed.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Kanishka from Dr. MGR Education and Research Institute. Thank you for this opportunity. Let's move on to the point. I'm going to talk about goal number 16, which is about peace, justice, and strong institution. Next slide, sir. Goal number 16, promote peaceful and inclusive societies for sustainable development, provide access to justice for all, and build effective, accountable, and inclusive institutions at all levels. Okay. How can a country develop? How can people eat and teach and learn and work and raise families without peace? How even a country can develop without justice, can have peace without justice. World, many parts of the world enjoy peace and justice, and many take it for granted. Other parts are being played by armed, like no conflicts, crime, torture, and exploitation. Um, this can hinder their development actually. So, uh, substantial development goals aims to reduce all forms of violences and promote the government and communities to find lasting solutions of the conflict and insecurities. So next slide, can I have the next slide? Yes.
Yes, Ms. Kanishka, you can just switch off your video because you feel discomfort of. Is the screen visible to you?
So can I have the slide before slide?
Mr. Tanuj, can you see this slide, please?
So I want the prior screen actually. No, the before one. Yes. 16.1, sir. Yeah, thank you. Okay. Substantial development goals target number 16.1, significantly reduce all forms of violence and related deaths everywhere. It has given a vast decline in the violence since the Middle Ages, particularly since the end of Cold War, like that. No, this ambitious target is actually achievable. Now conflicts are concentrating in just a few places, so that peace is now widespread around the world. Next slide, sir. Okay, the target number 2 is about to end abuse, exploitation, trafficking, and all forms of violence against the torture of children. Violence against children threatens not only the children's health and survival, but also their future aspects, violence against children is widespread and remains a harsh reality for millions of children around the world. Then, can I have the next slide? Yes. Target number 16.3 is to promote the rules of laws at national and international levels and ensure equal justice for all. There are many challenges that hinders access of justice to everyone, including inadequate legislation and limited financial resources, and also lack of knowledge of which services are available and how to access these services and all. And can I have the next slide, please? Yeah, the target number 16.4 is is to significantly reduce illicit financial and armed flows, strengthen the recovery and return of stolen assets, and combat all forms of organized crime. This may usually include money laundering and like cyber crime, asset misappropriation, and fraud and uh, um, human trafficking, all that. And can I have the next slide, please? Yeah, thank you. The target number 16.5 is to substantially reduce corruption and and bribery in all their forms. Like every year, trillions of dollars are being bribed and corruption is done. Can I have the next slide, please? Okay, target number 16.6 is to develop effective, accountable, and transparent institutions at all levels, which means of holding public officials accountable and fighting corruption. Next slide, please. Target number 16.7 is to ensure responsive, inclusive, participatory, and representative decision making at all levels. Making choices, it's like making choices by identifying a decision, gathering information, and accessing alternative resolution. Yeah. Target 16.8 is to broaden and strengthen the participation of developing countries in the institution of global governance. Can I have the next slide? Yeah. Target 16.9 is to provide legal identity for all, including birth registration. People with no legal identity are often pushed to the margins of society. They are unable to prove themselves, and they are unable to secure their decent work, acquire driver license and all, and apply for such benefits what we get, and also exist in the society. Next slide, please. Okay, target 16.10 is to ensure public awareness to information in accordance with national legislation and informational international agreements. Okay, next slide, please, sir. Thank you. Target 16.8 is to strengthen relevant natural institutions, including through international cooperation for building capacity at all levels, in particular in developing countries, to prevent violent and combat terrorism and crime. Next slide, please. Yeah. Target 16.B is to promote and enforce non-discriminatory laws and policies for sustainable development, which is to avoid discrimination and all. Can I have the next slide, please? So can I have the next slide? Sorry, sir. I just updated a new thing. This is not the thing, I suppose. Okay, I'll just explain about it. Coming to the interconnection between peace and energy in our world, the vital role of energy is to becoming increasingly apparent. Historically, when we see, conflicts have been occurred due to the scarcity and competition of limited resources only. However, it is plausible and imperative to change the narrative surrounding energy, transforming it from a force of war to powerful catalyst driving world peace. Okay, then Traditional energy infrastructures relies on fossil fuels like coal, oil, and natural gases. These sources have been the backbone of our energy system for decades, like providing a steady and reliable source of power. At the threshold of new era, fusion energy stands as more scientific achievements. It allows a future harmony and sustainability. Um, on one hand, climatic change is a threat multiplier, which it could trigger hostility and threaten peace and stability within and between countries. On the other hand, access to and control over fossil fuels have been a major catalyst for violence and conflict and military inventions. A just transition to 100% of renewable energy can address both challenges and offer alternative paths to peace, justice, and development. This is all about this slide, and thank you.
Yes, thank you, Ms. Kanishka, for your patience and presence in presenting your presentation of SDG 16. Okay, as we move to the last but not the least participant, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Rogit of Savita College. Mr. Rogit?
Yes, sir.
Yes, you can switch on your
Great.
video and yes, dear, you can switch on your video and you can start your presentation.
Is
Yes,
it visible,
Mr.
sir?
Rogit. Yes, it is visible and audible.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Great and good and green evening for everyone, one and all present here. Today, I'm going to explain about the SDG Goal 17 and its energy, how it is related to energy. Can you move next slide, sir? Now I'm going to explain the introduction of SDGs Goal 17, which is a partnership for achieve the all goals. SDG 17 goal focuses on strengthening the global partnership to achieve the ambitious 2030 agenda. It emphasizes the critical role of collaboration and cooperation across countries, sectors, organizations, stakeholders to tackle the world's most pressing challenges. Next slide, sir. The importance of partnership for sustainable development, which are classified into 4 types: collective impact, shared responsibility, leveraging strengths, sustainability. Let's move on. What is collective impact? Partnership combined the diverse resources and expertise to tackle complex sustainable development challenges more effectively and focusedly. Shared responsibility, collaborative efforts distribute the burden and ownership of sustainable development goals among multiple stakeholders. Now, leveraging strengths, different partners contribute unique capabilities, networks, and perspectives to create innovative ideas and holistic solutions for a particular problem or idea. Sustainability, long-term partnership build trust and alignment, ensuring continuity and the ability to adapt the changing needs. Next slide, sir. SDG 17 and the energy sector. In this slide, we can see that how it is related. Partnership for the goals emphasize the critical role of collaboration and partnership in driving progress across all sustainable development goals, including Goal 7 on affordable and clean energy. Aligning SDG 17 and SDG 7 is essential for achieving universal access to modern sustainable energy resource. Multiple stakeholder partnership between governments, business, civil society, and the international community can mobilize the necessary financing, technology, and the capacity building to scale up renewable energy efficiency and energy access project worldwide. Next slide. Collaboration between governments, private sector, and civil society. What are the steps involved in that? Let's look on aligning priorities. Government, business, and civil society organization must work together to align their sustainable energy goals and strategies. Shared responsibility is the one foremost is the each sector has a unique role to play. Government set policies, business provide technology and financing, and civil society advocate for changes. Innovative partnership like collaborating initiative like public-private partnership can unlock new funding sources and accelerate the deployment of sustainable energy solutions. Next slide. Financing mechanism for sustainable energy projects. Securing fund is crucial for implementing sustainable energy initiative. Innovative financing mechanisms such as green bonds, impact investment funds, and blended finance can mobilize public and private capital for renewable energy, energy efficiency, and clean technology projects. Governments can also provide loan guarantees, tax incentives, and subsidies to risk investment and attract private sector participation in the clean energy transition. Next slide. Technology transfer and innovation in energy sector. Innovative technologies are crucial for advancing sustainable energy solution. International cooperation and technology transfers can accelerate the adoption of clean energy technologies, especially in developing countries. This includes sharing best practices, providing technical assistance, and facilitating access to renewable energy equipment and expertise. Prompting cross-border collaboration on research and development of energy innovation, establishing technology incubators and accelerate to support clean energy startups, developing intellectual property framework that enable fair technology sharing. Next slide. Capacity building and knowledge sharing for sustainable energy. Education and training sectors, building capacity through education and training programs to equip stakeholders with the necessary skills and knowledge to implement sustainable energy solutions. It will impact on the nation more and more. Knowledge sharing is facilitating knowledge exchange and best practice sharing between countries, communities, and organizations to accelerate the adoption of sustainable energy technologies. In community engagement, we can empowering local communicate to participate in the development and deployment of sustainable energy projects, ensuring inclusive and equitability access. Technology transfer, promoting the transfer of sustainable energy technology and expertise from developed to developing countries to support global progress, and we will go on further. Next slide. Monitoring and evaluation of SDG 17 progress in the energy sector. It have more 3 steps: establish indicators, deploying clear and measurable indicators to track progress on SDG 17th goal. Partnership in the energy of sector is crucial for effective monitoring. Data collection, gathering comprehensive data from governments, business, and civil society on energy-related partnership and their impact is essentially for evaluation. In progress review, regular review of SDG 17 progress in the energy sector, including success and challenges, allow for adaptive management and course correction. Next slide. Challenges and adoption opportunities in implementing SDG 17 for energy. Policy barriers such as misaligned regulation, lack of incentives. What are the financing gaps? Insufficient funding of for clean energy projects and innovative ideas. Technical capacity, limited expertise in emerging technologies. Stakeholder coordination, difficulties in aligning diverse interests. Implementing SDG 17 goal for the energy sector faces challenges such as policy barriers, financing gaps, technical capacity limitation, and coordination issue among stakeholders. However, the obstacles also present opportunity to foster innovative partnership, leverage new funding mechanism, build technical skills, and align diverse interests towards sustainable energy solutions. Next slide. Now we want to move to the conclusion. The way forward for SDG 17 goal and sustainable energy. We need to achieve the energy for all collaboration and partnership under SDG 17. We will be crucial, but in the support of government, private sector, and civil society must work together to achieve the financing and promoting technology transfer and building capacities. Continuous monitoring and evaluation will ensure the progress towards clean, affordable, and reliable energy for community world. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Rohit of Savita College, for your patience in presenting this. Yes, as we come to the conclusion of this very event, I would like to invite Ms. Sri Pooja Pathasarathi, the member of Hygiene and Safe Club, to present the vote of thanks.
Thank you, David. Happy evening, everyone. The Energy Interconnected SDG and Safe Talks event was truly a remarkable showcase of interest as 17 student speakers, pointers came forward and took the stage to present their respective PPTs, each symbolizing one of the UN Sustainable Development Goals. As we conclude our event, I take the privilege to deliver the vote of thanks. Our sincere gratitude to Dr. D.L. Ramesh sir, the president of our Hygiene and Safe Club, for his visionary leadership and support in organizing this event. A special mention to Dr. B. Suchitra ma'am, the Dean of Events, for her guidance and encouragement throughout the phases of the Energathon. A warm appreciation to our convener, Engineer K. Anita ma'am, whose tireless efforts and leadership has been the driving force behind the success of this event. A big round of applause to our 17 student pointers who have meaningfully shared their thoughts and ideas on various SDGs. Your dedication has been truly inspiring. Thank you very much. I would like to acknowledge the hard work and dedication of our overall event heads, mentors, coordinators who have worked behind the scenes to ensure that every aspect of this event ran smoothly. My sincere thanks to all the volunteers, sponsors, and everyone else who have contributed in any way to this event. Your commitment to sustainability and social responsibility is truly commendable, and we look forward to continuing our collaboration in the future. Once again, thank you very much, everyone, for taking time and being a part in this event's success. Let us continue to inspire change in this world.
Yes, thank you, Ms. Sri Pooja, for your vote of thanks presentation. Yes, as we come to the conclusion of this event, we would like to extend our sincere gratitude to Mr. Krishna, the beloved chairman of Hygiene and Safe Club of Dr. MGR University, and Mr. Tanuj, the beloved host of this very event, and all the 17 speakers, and all the coordinators, the event head, Ms. Punita, and the event coordinators for your immense support and guidance in making this event a grand success. Stay tuned, and we will provide further information about this event through the WhatsApp groups. Thank you. Mr. Tanuj, you can end the meeting. Thank you for your support and coordination.